Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man. Proudly presents another episode of You Know What It Is, man. This is Say What Wednesday. I'm your host, Lael Rockwell, for the 1-6 Scale Man YouTube channel. Do me a favor, y'all, if y'all could hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel. And yeah, we got some things to talk about. Like, listen, I wanted to make this, as you can see by the header, Star Wars centric, because again, we are right here. We're on, like, I think it's like the eve of Star Wars Celebration. We're only a few weeks away from, May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th. We're only a few weeks away from that. So there's a lot to talk about here within the Star Wars universe. We got, of course, Andor coming up. We got Tales from the Underworld coming up. So there's a lot of things that, are existing currently right now within the Star Wars IP. Hey, this weekend, what y'all understand is we might be finding out about what movies are coming up. What movies might be delayed. We don't know. We're going to have this conversation here today, but mainly about figures. We're here to talk about figures. Now, there's a couple of figures that were revealed this week, released. And we got a couple of releases that we're going to actually discuss here today, and potential releases or reveals that are actually up and coming after Celebration. We're going to talk about that. But who better to have this discussion with than a couple of Star Wars aficionados themselves in the building, man? We got none other than X, and we have Prop in the building. What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing, man?
Living the dream.
Yeah. You can't follow up to that. Every time he says that, I want to say, living the
life.
I mean,
it's Cheeks Day. Cheeks Day. Wonderful Cheeks Day. Lael, I sense something.
Not love boat.
Felt since Star Wars Celebration, baby. I'm excited. I'm all anticipation for this. Things are about to ramp up in big ways. Andor season 2 next week, and then we have Underworld, and then it's just going to snowball from there with I'm assuming trailers for Mando and Grogu, and then who knows? So we're back on the Star Wars train.
Don't sleep on the classics. Some of those movies are hitting the movie theater again.
Yes, we got Revenge of the Sith. That's going to be hitting.
I got my tickets for that already.
You already got your tickets?
Got your tickets, man.
Oh man,
tickets all ready. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Tickets. I'm hoping. Now, here's the thing, because my little rinky-dink theater around here, I would have to go to like York, PA. I'm hoping that we actually have, the collector items here at our movie theaters. Right. We have the popcorn bin. We have it. I'm hoping that we have that so I can actually purchase it, bro, because they do us dirty here, bro. Sometimes, they're very selective about what they give us. Like I was surprised that they had the Captain America popcorn bin that we actually got around here, and like the whole setup, that plus the all basically like just the collectible items and stuff that I was surprised that they did that. So I'm hoping that my theater has it. Did you get your? Oh, you got the.
Well, no, you got to be careful with those collectible popcorn buckets, because that's a slippery slope, my friend.
You know what? I got a story for y'all.
That's incredible, though. But that right there, bro, I bet you that motherfucker sold out quick.
Oh yeah. Because I went to go get. They had sold out here before I even made it up there.
Yeah,
dude, I got a story worse than the Spawn story. The money I spent on the Spawn. In fact, if you guys send me y'all addresses, I'll give you guys one for free. Just the people on the panel for now. I got to do my inventory. But I think I bought about 12, 13 Ecto 1 popcorn joints. I spent hundreds of dollars on it on accident. Ended up buying like a whole box of them. And I was thinking I was going to hold on to them and sell them one day, but the price ain't going up. I might as well.
What the hell? How did you end up doing that shit, bro?
Give me the address, man. That's an embarrassing story. I'm gonna say for another episode. Just say I was so desperate. This is collecting. So what you guys are gonna learn? You guys think you guys are addicted to this? I'm hiding it from y'all, bro. I went to the movie theater to buy that Ecto 1, and I end up bidding on a bunch of them and winning the bids, and I went ahead and I just bought them all.
Damn.
I like that you're in like the buckets. You're like a speculative response.
Yes.
On buckets.
The fact that I don't have that bat signal proves that I'm getting a little bit better, because the same feeling, I went in there to get it, it was gone, and I was like, you know what?
Hell,
I ain't got enough room. I've got every single man. I got the Batman. Dude, I've got popcorn. Whenever they started doing that joint for the last couple of years,
yeah. I want the Dune popcorn bucket, but not for the reasons you think.
Well, you're gonna have to explain that, bro.
I don't think I can on this stream. It's not the kind of stream. You only live once. Just saying.
Bro.
You only live once, and that's all I'm gonna leave it there.
How do you explain? Like
the spice must flow, Lael. The spice must flow.
But listen, how are you part of the manufacturers who put this shit out and not question it and be like, hold up? What are the ramifications of us really putting this shit out there like that? I don't know. Just put it out. Who cares, bro? Like straight up.
That was a master stroke.
Someone bought it.
Bruh. That was a master stroke of marketing right there, where it's just like, oh my God, it looks like I know. Just do it.
Just do it.
Like,
just do it.
Yeah.
Everyone will talk about it. Everyone will want one.
That's crazy. That is definitely insane. Anyway, before we actually get in here, man, let me actually say what up to the places where we actually get these figures from. All our collectibles. Well, hopefully, considering the simple fact that the tariffs themselves have affected now how China is distributing through the postal service. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But anyway, let's get a shout out to my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. It's Underground Ray, all day, every day, Ray, making sure that you have everything that you need. No NRD shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date, because when your figure's going to arrive or a new figure's being revealed. On top of that, make sure that you create yourself an account, because you never know when there might be a figure that's going to be released, or he might actually have a discount on these options or free shipping. All of that, you want to make sure that you are in the now, because again, when these things happen, So definitely make sure. Also, got to give a shout out to our guy Ray over there at Hawkwar's Toys. It's Hawkwood Cool Water Ray, making sure that we have everything that we need to proceed. From figures, comic book stickers, the works. He makes sure that you have all that good stuff. Sign up, head on over there, tell him I sent you. You also get your box smelling like cool water, Jakar, any other thing that you actually look, any type of fragrance you're looking for, he'll take care of you. Ray is also the proud sponsor of everything going over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you. Also, we got to give a shout out to our guy, Jacob over there, Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. If you're looking for comics, if you're looking for 1/6 scale, 12 scale, quarter scale, anything you're looking for, he got it for you. Got the store hours there, email, anything that you're looking for, he will make sure that you are definitely taken care of. And last but not least, we got to give a shout out to our guy, Brian Wong over there at Module Case, Module Space. If you're looking for an incredible display, I have the mono, but if you have or want a display of your choice, hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you, as he always does, man. So let me say what's up to everybody in the chat. Who we got out here, man? Who we got with us? We got our guy, Ed R's in the building. Peace, Malek Bain. He said, what's up? Who else we got in here? We got Johnny Saunders. Good evening, my collecting family. Good evening. So glad to have you here. Roach with a jacket. Ash Chase is in the building. What's going on with you, brother? We got Mark Lee, cheating ass Mark Lee in the building. We got Malek Bain, WRNR, Real Negro Radio. WRNR for your listening dial in the building. Thank you for being here, bro. As always, we got Pedro Lopez in the building. Thank you for being here. Striker 47, Stormtroopers for Hot Toys, Star Wars figures is up. Is upon us. Let the anxiety begin. But happy Cheeks Day. You already know, man. Thank you for being there, brother. Charlie the Unicorn is in the building. Thank you for being here. We got the Informant Media is in the building. Thank you for being here as always. Who we got here? Ed R is in the building. Thank you for being here. Renstown Latino. Docinator is in the building. Who else we got? Wills 305. Eric Hankey is in the building with us. Thank you for being here. Jabba the Hutt, Hot Toys, please. We never know. We're going to talk about that. You never know. It might happen. Grand Talent Tino in the building. Who else do we got in here, man? Pedro, Keith. We got Keith Olivia's in here. Iron Star Killer's with us. Kate Carter's in here with us. What's going on with you, brother? We got 12-inch Moose Dream. Moose in the building. Thank you for being here. S Bean in the building. Thank you for being here as always. AJ Agrusa. We got Zan in the building. We got Preston Hoskins in the building. We got my man Beat Legend that's in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else do we got, man? I think we covered pretty much everybody so far. We got 1-6 Delight in the building. Hey, everyone. Thank you for being here, brother. As always, definitely appreciate it. So let's talk about this really quick. We're gonna go in a couple of things here, man, off the rip that are definitely worth discussing, because again, we now gotta, you know what, let me give you all a closer look up, man. We got to give you all a closer look. Shout out to Calvin, because I know he's basically stalking this over there, Star Wars Celebration, man. There you go, Calvin. This is for you, brother. This is definitely for you, man. I hope you're enjoying yourself over there. I hope you are ready for what's going down. I hope you keep us informed with what's going down, the news and all that stuff we get, man. Make sure you keep us informed. All right, let's talk about this real quick right here. We got more pics and close-up pics of Galen Erso. Tailing on this motherfucker looks bad, bro. It looks dope. It looks dope as hell, bro.
Good,
yo. Clean, like so clean, bro. Like really clean. The sculpt looks incredible. The sculpted hair looks incredible. I love the tailoring on this piece, bro. Everything about it, you know, is incredible. And people who are lucky enough to get this in hand, I know you're excited. People at the con, yo, listen, X, I'm telling you, bro, like, we talk about like just how it's going to be in the chat when we do these live shows and people basically in queues and shit like that. I can only imagine the madhouse is going to be a Star Wars Celebration upon these, you know, releases and these exclusives and people that are trying to get there. I can't even fathom how much damage is going to be done and the conversations that are going to be had. I don't know. I would hope it would be more uniformed. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of people from the United States that's going over here, bro.
I was going to say, it's like that. Now it's ratchet is what it is, because they're going to go in all elbows, Lael.
Yeah,
all
bro.
elbows. Okay. That's just, they're going to go into the convention elbows up already.
Already, bro.
How it's going to go. So
while I feel like you just threw some shade on the U.S. because you know it's going to be us primarily.
Because it's real.
Wilding out over there.
Wilding out, bro. Wilding out over there at Star Wars Celebration. Elbows thrown. I was in line. Yo, you jipped me, bro. I was in front first. Oh, how you get two? All that other shit. Oh, fuck that, bro. How much you selling it for? Oh, hold up. You ain't going to do nothing but put that on Macari or something like that. Oh, a higher price. Man, fuck you, man. This, that. Yo, all of that stuff is going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
You already know. You already know. X, is there a way to overcome that?
If only there was a way to open this up for some sort of pre-order that wasn't exclusive. A general pre-order for this, a timed pre-order, because in the grand scheme of things, do I think this is going to be a widely popular figure that requires a 10,000 run? No, I do not.
Yeah.
However, do I think this is a figure that a lot of people will want in their collection? And do they want the stress and anxiety of trying to sift through and read between the lines of what Hot Toys has said of Japan exclusive edition? Is like, so that means we're getting one, right?
Yeah.
That means we're getting one, right? Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like that scene in Attack of the Clones where, you know, Anakin's like, well, if it works. And like Padme's like,
bro. Yeah, nah.
You know, and then he's like, oh, yeah, you're joking.
Exactly, bro.
We don't know. And
we
the
have
thing
no
is
idea.
that if they had put this up for a limited time pre-order, a timed window, I think that would solve all sorts of problems. And who's to say? We may very well get a version of this. I can't imagine what it won't come with, but I'm sure there will be. Maybe it just won't be the fancy box.
Yeah,
that's the thing that differentiates it, is the fancy box, and we won't get the fancy box. We'll get the same box we always get. It won't be fancy. Only the people that went to Celebration will get the fancy shit. So that is what I see happening. Is that all right? We're going to get a release of this later on, a limited release of this later on. And I think people who miss out on this will have another opportunity to pick it up. I don't think it's going to be one that they make a lot of.
Yeah.
So if you're on the fence about getting it, you put your money where your mouth is. Otherwise, you're going to find that it's joining the wait list.
Yeah.
And I have to say, this figure with Krennic and Tarkin,
Where it's bro, the
that
setup on
photo
that,
right there, I'm just like, yeah, I can see it.
the setup on this, bro, is going to because we got a few pictures here I want to find because the setup on that is just going to be effing amazing. How it's going to look,
come on,
bro.
There you go. And we're always like, we don't have any Imperial officers or anything.
Yeah, we
well,
do.
guess what? Right here.
Right
and
there,
it's not like this is a minor character. This is the character that allowed basically Star Wars to happen. Yes, he helped create unwillingly helped create the Death Star, but he also put the flaw in the Death Star in order to take it down. If they hadn't taken it down, there would be no rebellion, and they would never have toppled the Empire. So not a minor figure. This is an important character, a fantastic actor. And I think the figure turned out really, really well. And it's going to look great with your other Imperials or with your Rogue One crew.
Yeah. That's the thing, bro. When you looking at just this picture alone, like just it's the selling point. Actually, this should have been the art or a piece of the art inside the box because it is a selling point. You know what I mean? You got Krennic, you got Tarkin, you got Galen, you got all of these individuals right here. Everything that you can actually have out of officers themselves, and it makes sense. Hell, you can even actually throw if you wanted to, if you basically wanted to, we can put our boy in there, bro. Gideon, you know, you can have Gideon because Gideon was alive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
and Thrawn,
Thrawn
could have had Thrawn, you know, maybe it's earlier, it's like way earlier because Thrawn was around the time that these people were also around. He interacted with Tarkin and Krennic. So you could also have Thrawn.
Yeah.
And this Galen Erso, it has Purge, yeah?
I believe so. Yeah, it does.
Imagine giving him, you know, you have like Tarkin. There you go. Imagine that photo right there with Tarkin and Krennic in the background. Now give Galen a little side eye, like he's just like looking over his shoulder. Like he's, you know, imagine if they'd done that. It's just like
something like that. Like, yeah, bro.
You know, it's like, no, I got your number. Trust me, I'm up to no good.
I would never have him holding that blaster though. That's one thing I would never have.
No, that would never come out the box. What if stuff?
Yeah. That would never come out the box at all. That's an accessory that you don't necessarily need to have at all with this figure. You could have substituted that with something completely different. You know what I mean? Like, it's you know, something like a little or something that said Starlight or whatever. You can even substitute that with like a hologram of Jen. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say a hologram of Jen, like as a young girl.
Would be
that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that definitely would be dope. Prop, yeah, bro.
Yes, sir.
You again, bro. You lived in Japan. You were over there for like a long period of time,
bro.
Now you know that the atmosphere over there is. And here's the thing is I've traveled back and forth to Japan at least 3 times when I lived in Australia. I know how the atmosphere is. And the thing is, everybody, contrary to what you would believe and where I lived, I mean, where I was or where I traveled, everybody was like, it was all walks of life, but everything was just so energetic, but not over the top energetic and disrespectful. You know what I mean?
It's far from disrespectful, man. I always give the example. I was in Okinawa. They were actually protesting because you got to think we're occupying this land. So they would protest against Americans living there and being there, owning the bases. Bro, you wouldn't even know it's a protest, man. Them jokers will smile at you, wave at you as you drove by. Polite, bowing. You know what I mean? So it was very respectful. Culture, man. So you know what I mean? But I'm sure, but they're organized too. So I think they'll have a way of organizing this. But like you said, you're gonna have the trash talking, bro. It's gonna happen, man. But but how smart, man. X was saying, you know, would be the fix of the problems. I don't think Hot Toys is having the problem, right? It's like we always talk about Jordan. We compare this stuff to Jordan's. Nike doesn't have a problem. we're the ones having the problem. We're the ones that's not getting them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how smart if they have a limited release later. You're right. I agree with you. I don't think this is something they would make a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing being limited, us talking about it, people talking about it, it kind of builds. I bet you there's going to be more people than would have probably looking for this bad boy because they're going to feel like they missed out on something. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for myself because I felt like I'm missing out on something. I didn't really want it at first, and I think I want it now.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
I think I'm gonna get it.
Part of the Unicorn mentioned a really great accessory for it, the little Stormtrooper doll that Jen had.
Yeah,
It would be interesting if she had.
This. That would definitely be
you got it.
Dope.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
You just showing off right now, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, bro. That's definitely a flex. But yeah, man. Like I think it's. I can hear Calvin now. Konnichiwa, mama. You think I can get? You think I can get up? Yeah, hey, mama. You think I can? I hear in my head, bro. Smooth motherfucker. But yeah, nah, it definitely an excellent looking piece, man. Like anybody, you know what I mean, who's going to get their hands on this piece are going to definitely be excited, extremely excited. It's exciting times. Hell, man, like literally to have something like this in the collection is just everything. And good luck to whoever gets their hands on it, bro. Like definitely good lucks. Just don't hurt nobody, and don't make us look bad or worse than we already do.
Rule number 1 in Japan: do not get locked up.
Exactly. Don't do anything to get locked up.
Don't do anything. Cause an international event over a Star Wars figure.
Because sometimes, and depending on what the crime is or what the situation is, you won't see light of day at least for a few weeks, and that's even to make a call for real. Like it's some real shit. Now, here's the thing: it's hospitable. You ain't going. You're not. You feel like you were inside of like the Pod Hotel, bro. Straight up, hospitable is just that you're their way of of that municipality is different. But yeah, just don't get yourself hurt. Another figure that basically dropped, and we got photos for it. It kind of, here's the thing: when I saw these photos, I thought that I was looking at photos from Figure Flex Friday, bro.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh my, jeez.
I mean, these look like actual people.
Yeah, it looks like actual people inside of the costume, bro.
Yes,
like cosplayers. Like that's what it looks like. Like I am looking at somebody inside of a costume right now, bro. Like, but here's the thing. X, when I remember when this was released, you remember how much pushback there was against this piece? Where people was
and I didn't understand it.
But do you see how quickly that pushback turned into like a warmer reception? And now everybody was like, yo, I gotta have one of these, bro.
Yeah, man.
Once you give it time to settle and people have to stop and think about what it is and realize, well, just because everyone is dumping on this, let me dump on it too. And let's face it, had they led with these photos first, I think the conversation would have been completely different.
Completely.
But instead, when you pull it up, you're like, is it covered in? Is that blood? No.
That's what it was with me. Yeah, I couldn't see what it was, man. But now it makes sense.
But this makes it look super flipping cool. Like this looks great. And if you're going to Celebration, what better thing to come back from Celebration with than this?
It makes so much more sense,
exclusive, bro. The perfect exclusive.
Oh yeah, bro. And if you live in DC, man, them beautiful cherry blossoms there, man, it would still look good on your shelf having that connection.
Yes, this is true. This is definitely true, bro.
In the what if world.
Yeah, whoever did these photos and set these up, especially the ones that look like they're just at
outside
Celebration
natural lighting. Yeah.
Well, there's like a huge group photo. It looks like actual cosplayers, but I think it's actually figures.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
I think.
I thought that
Yeah,
was incredible.
and that was dope. I commend them on that one. They killed. Look at this, bro.
Like
That
was
real, yo.
like, if you want to show the power of what Sideshow can, or what Hot Toys can do with their figures, that kind of thing is showing off, and I fully appreciate that.
Where's that photo? Here we go. We're coming up on it.
Exactly. This.
Look at that,
wow.
bro.
Right
Look
here.
at that, bro.
Yeah.
This. They're having
Like,
fun with it.
Yeah, bro. Like that right
dope.
there is what it's all about. And pretty much when you're looking around and seeing just about every figure you may have in your collection, you know what I mean? Like it's that's everything, bro. That's I keep telling people, bro, and this is how I am. And I have to explain this for a particular reason. Yes, I love the Clone Wars just like everybody else. I love Attack of the Clones just like everyone else. I love the prequels just like everybody else. But bro, I was born in 73. I went to the theaters in 1977 to see this movie, New Hope. And now before it was New Hope, it was just Star Wars for the very first time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I was enamored by the Stormtroopers, bro.
Yeah.
That's back then. Like when I saw it, no one knew that they were actually men under suits. You thought these motherfuckers were machines.
For years, bro.
For years. People didn't really know that. It was hard to really place that idea until you realize, no, these are people that are wearing armor,
right?
You know, and stuff like that. But
because even when Obi-Wan mentioned Clone Wars, I don't think it was attached to. You didn't really know that it was these guys either. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, this Clone Wars, or what is that? Yeah.
You didn't know. Like there was no conversation about it, you know, that was more extensive. All you knew was about Stormtroopers, and I love them, and I still love them to this day. I'm a Stormtrooper collector. I don't collect as many troopers that everybody else. I mean, as many clones that everybody gets. But I'm a Stormtrooper collector. I love troopers, bro. Stormtroopers, I love. So again, you know, this photo right here is so fun, and that's what it's all about. X, you're right. It's the fun aspect of it. And I know Prop, you being a photographer as well, seeing something like this, bro, that's crazy, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at that, bro. Look at that.
yeah.
You got Mando taking pictures, Mando and Grogu. Bro, come on, man. I want to do some shit like I would want it just to do some shit like this, bro. Like that is freaking amazing.
It looks exactly like what someone would do if they were going to like a Comic-Con.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've seen it many times where people are like, all right, let's take it and let's do something, you know, crazy with it, and it works. You know?
Yeah, like that is innovative, and this is Hot Toys just showing the fuck off, bro. That's just this is them and whoever the photographer was who came up with this idea. I mean, that's just simply amazing, bro. Like it just speaks to, and I think, and like you're right. Had they shown something like this and did something like this, I think it would have been received a lot better in the very beginning. Even though like if people have warmed up to it and they want it, but I think it would have been received. Look, bro, come on, man.
See that right there.
Yeah, that's perfect, bro.
Bro, look at you. You got Clone Force 99. You know what I mean? You got Revan. You got Star Killer. You got Mando, Boba. You know what I mean? You got you got Wicked that's actually there, bro. You got the 501st. You got who else you got back there? You got Costa Reeves back there, bro. You got everyone. You can, bro. We even got some Dark Troopers back there, bro. Like everything you would want in this photo. That is a phenomenal looking piece, bro. Like that's fun. That's what it's all about. With the Star Wars Celebration logo on the back, that just makes me feel more like shit that I couldn't go. It does, bro. Like bro. Listen, ask Toya, bro. Like on Monday, it just hit me like a brick, bro. Like I don't know what it was. I was sad the entire day. Like I couldn't. It was like almost, bro. Like literally, almost didn't do. I was thinking about not doing comic book talk with friends. I was literally like, bro, I was down in the dumps. I was like, fuck, this was an opportunity. And I think more so was an opportunity for me to take, because I really, when we go on these trips, I think about experiences that Toya's never had. And being able to provide those opportunities, bro. Like if seeing her in London, I think it was the best moment I have ever had in life. just seeing the wonder in her eyes and her being able to experience the atmosphere and do all the things that she's wanted to do. You know, us being to take like those, you know, even like the touristy type of buses around London, bro. It's the double decker, the double layers, bro. Like it was fun. And then, you know, hanging out with Calvin and everybody, that was fun. So when you think about that, like especially Star Wars Celebration, something that you love so much, and to be able to spend that time with friends, I was like, bro, I was gutted this week, man, for real. But you know, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. I'm hoping and praying, and my fingers are crossed. Please, Star Wars Celebration be in Orlando next year. Please. I want you to be in Orlando. I need you to be in Orlando because that's all things fulfilled. I'll be able to go to Celebration. Disney's there. I get free passes every year to Universal because I got a plug. So that's what I'm saying. Like that would mean the world to me to actually complete that and to make up for a horrible time I had the last time getting sick. But this anyway, getting back to I digress. Getting back to this, man, this is what it's all about. And it is, like I said, it's a great selling point to this figure. So look at that. Now we get a chance to see all of them, bro. Wow. And you got Anakin over there looking from the back. You got Kylo back there. You got K2SO. Who else? Bro, you got Cad Bane in the back. Damn. But this is what it's about. This would be Ahsoka's back there as well. We got 3PO, bro. This is dope. This is such a dope photo, and this is something that I think unifies when we see stuff like that. You know, whether you're a Star Wars fan, Marvel, this is what unifies the culture and you know this community. Stuff like this, bro. It's amazing. It's being. What's Anakin doing, right? When you looking around, bro, like it's crazy.
You always have people like that in photos.
Yeah,
let's take a photo, and you're not ready.
You're
just not ready. You're like, what? Where am I supposed to be? What? You know? Yeah.
He said, have they ever done Celebration in Texas, for example? I don't think they have. They haven't even done or Celebration in New York. Right. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, bro. Which is so crazy. Keith was like Orlando 2027, fingers crossed. So you think that they're going to basically skip 2026 and go to 2027? If they did that, more than likely I'd be happy too, because that gives me time to stack. You know what I mean? Considering this, wait a minute. We got Mando film coming out in 2026. Yeah, I guess we'd be all right. Because around that time we'd be prepped and getting ready for Ahsoka to drop on Disney Plus and whatever else, whether it's Sean Levy's movie, because I know that they're basically pushing towards that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Good director too, yo.
Yeah, they definitely do. Denver Celebration was the closest to Texas, I believe. Okay, yeah. I don't know. We'll see, man. They say for the 50th. I don't know. We'll see, but that'd be a good time, man. That'd definitely be a good time to kind of regroup and stuff like that. We got 111 people in here. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, man. I definitely appreciate you guys out there watching. But yeah, man, this figure right here is definitely one that I think a lot of people would actually go to grab. Let's talk about this one, though. Got to talk about this one. We got to talk about the forgotten one, bro.
I'll say
this is the forgotten one on so many different levels. People weren't even bro. Literally, it wasn't on people's zeitgeist for a while. This motherfucker sold out on Sideshow. So if you didn't get a chance to basically get it, it's on waitlist right now. But I knew from day one it was one that I wanted, and I was like, yeah, this is me all day. This is me. I gotta have it. I'm definitely need it. I cannot wait. It's an Inquisitor. We got a chance to basically see him again in Tales of the Empire, more fleshed out version of who he was originally before he turned into a hot bag of farts. But other than that, I love this piece. What you think about this prop?
Dude, I think it's super dope. Unfortunately, I have the urge to hate because I canceled mine. I canceled my pre-order.
Why you cancel it, bro?
Man, you know what, dude? I've got 16, 17 figures on pre-order on Sideshow. And I don't know how many on other sites. So it was just one of those things, man. It felt like I was paying a car payment, not a normal car payment, like an Escalade car payment, man. And but I'm regretting it, dog, because I think I could have I think I could have handled it, though. I think it would have been paid for by now too.
That's a dope figure, bro.
But with that being said, it was dope from the jump, man. But the realism in the photos you've been showing today has been turned up. You know what I'm saying? Like this looks like an actual person
inside of a suit.
Inside of a suit, man.
And it does. It looks like it's such an amazing. What's up?
Ghetto, you know, they call me Dark Side Prop.
Dark Side Prop. Let the hate flow through you.
I'm trying to fight it, bro.
Mama Rock converted, but I had to pass on it, man. Philly, bro.
Oh man,
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I wanted this ever since I saw it on screen. You know, even when people were like, "Yo, I don't want it now." Bro, there were so many things that converted about this figure when people saw it got sliced up into a bag of farts. People were like, "Yeah, I don't want it." I'm like, man, why not? Like, this thing is amazing, bro. It's an amazing piece to have, especially the Ahsoka line is incredible. Why would you not want to have this piece, bro? M.E. Dyson is great for people to have all main characters already. Yeah, man. Like, listen, this piece to me is incredible. It said this is $280 on Toy Buying Agent right now. Okay, which is not bad. Tim Tari. X, what you think about this piece, bro?
Oh my gosh, I mean, I completely forgotten about this piece until Renz sent me the photo this morning.
Yeah.
And I for people that are upset that at the end of the day he was just a bag of farts, I hear you. I do. However, it's Star Wars, it really is a Star Wars trope that you've got, you know, the big bads are really there's not much to them.
You speak Boba Fett.
You know, exactly. Like imagine if you had only the first 3 Star Wars movies, but no books, no comics. It came and went. What happened to Boba Fett? He did some cool shit and then he fell in a hole. He looked great, but he fell in a hole.
Exactly, bro.
Now, through years and years of comics, for years of books, video games, badass, absolute badass, because you know exactly what he did, what he's capable of, and they're still making comic books, to this day.
True fans, I believe the true fans would have loved him, even if we didn't get all that context afterwards. We got that stuff. We got all that stuff because we loved him, even when he got eaten.
Perhaps, but perhaps. But let's say that 20 years from now we're still talking about Merrick. You remember Merrick, and it's like he gets his own spin-off series, he gets his own books, but he appears in video games. I think that the character itself, though, is, I think, important in Ahsoka because there was this character that could do all this stuff that was a bit deadly, although could have done more. And then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, turn into a bag of farts, only to later realize, oh wait, he was dead.
Yeah.
And if one person who's dead, it can be this deadly, and Thrawn's got a whole army of people that maybe already are dead, or he can just bring back to life. Oh no. So that's what this signified, was the fact that it's like, oh, okay, this is nothing, because Thrawn has got not only an army, but the people who can also do the work to bring back an even larger army of the undead. So that's the importance, I think, of this figure, aside from it being a great looking Inquisitor, and these proportions and the tailoring on this is fantastic, because it looks like a person. It looks like a person.
The medieval armor is incredible.
I was about to say the medieval armor gives it that one of the things that make the classic Star Wars good is that you can tell they've taken from the world. You know what I mean? We know the lightsabers came from the Graflex. This got that feel to it. Like they took some things and modified it, man. It just feels like a real Star Wars figure.
Yeah, it feels like they dug this guy up. The armor is it's rusted,
weathered.
And it's just like, okay, what's this guy's backstory? And then later on, you're like, oh, he was dead.
Yeah, he was dead. And here's the thing: is it's like the crazy part about it, though, is when he died, there was no backstory. Nope. People saw him, or they saw a hint of him, or they saw the possibility of a story in Tales of the Empire. only for us to get like only a brief look at him and the other Inquisitor that was there, and that was it. At that particular point, so it definitely looked good. Which the other Inquisitor there, I think, was the same Inquisitor that hunted Ahsoka, I believe.
Ahsoka, and she again dispatched him in a also
in a minute.
Look, a badass. It's like, nope, he dead. He dead.
Whoa. that's what Ahsoka does, man. You know what I mean? I mean, we knew what was gonna happen to this dude.
Like, it's like, yo, she deals with Inquisitors with ease. I'm like, yo, if you know that she just gives no shits and she's a beast, why would you send these Inquisitors knowing that they are absolutely zero match for her, bro?
Y'all saw that scene when he threw the lightsaber at her and it came back and she just
moved her shoulder like it was nothing, bro.
Well, I like that it's Darth Vader who runs the Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
And then the Grand Inquisitor reports to Darth Vader, but then Darth Vader trained Ahsoka. Yeah. So it's just like you're sending Inquisitors after this person that Darth Vader trained, but do they know that? Probably not.
Right. They're expendable, bro. Like, that's it. They're highly expendable. It's like he's sending them. It's like, just go handle it. See what you can do.
Check it out. Yeah.
Prove your loyalty, and if you're worthy enough. If you return, then I know that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're like that. If you don't, I'll just find somebody else. This is the way it is, bro.
This character, we did the thing we always do. We speculated. We're like, maybe it's Ezra in disguise. Maybe it's Galen.
Yeah, bro.
And then it turned out to be no one.
No one, bro. Right. Absolutely no one. Bro, I remember when they were talking to Sam Witwer was on a podcast and they had mentioned he was talking. People were mentioning this particular character, and this is him. He's like, I knew nothing about this. Nobody said that. Yeah, he's like, I haven't been in contact with them for any type of live action, nothing. He said, if that's my voice, I haven't lent my voice to anything like this. He was like, nah, like that's not me. But great looking character, but it definitely wasn't me. But it's just like anything like that. People are so eager to attach Sam Witwer to anything in the Star Wars live action universe.
Bro. Right now. That dude him and Filoni, bro, is them like jokers is Star Wars enthusiasts, man. And it gets you excited when you hear his name come up. Yeah. But because I did it too, because I was like, yo, that looks like, obviously that's his body. That's him. I'm still questioning him. He might be lying.
Farting to win. But nah. You gotta do that when you crazy. Say that. But nah, this I literally, bro, when this dropped, I was happy. I was like, yeah, I need it. And I know a lot of people were like, nah, I'm good. But I was like, yeah, I need that. I really, really need that. I need this figure because, again, I can still, if I wanted to, I can even pose in with the other two Inquisitors. Considering the simple fact that the fifth brother, fourth sister is not looking likely unless they try to do it around May the 4th or something like that, or Avenge it. I don't know. Right. This is not looking as likely as I would want it to look. But other than that, man, this piece to me, look at that. Like, it does look like a person in a suit.
Yeah.
Oh my, come on.
Look at that. It looks just like a person in a suit. And I can guarantee at Star Wars Celebration, we're going to see a few Merrocks like roaming around.
Yeah. Oh, because it's dressed up.
Bro. You're going to see a few of them roaming around, and it makes sense. Like, it's not really a complicated suit to have, to be quite honest. Because there's only a couple pieces that you can 3D print this.
Oh yeah. That's easy armor.
Easy. Yep. Easy. This can be definitely easily 3D. Speaking of which,
why are you putting that in existence? Because they can hide my beard. You suggesting I dress up as this, right?
Nah, I'm suggesting you make me a suit. So Star Wars Celebration, I can go with this motherfucker, bro. Because I definitely would.
We'll take a look at it.
Shit. Only thing is, my beard be sticking out the bottom of the mask.
That's what I'm saying. Yo. You got to pull a Daredevil. That little thing Daredevil be wearing.
Wear that joint on top. Yeah, bro. But nah, man. I absolutely dig this piece, bro. I think it's definitely incredible.
It looked great on the shelf. I mean, if you got the Grand Inquisitor, if you got Reva, if you got the Vader from the Kenobi, you have the makings of the Inquisitorius. And
look at that,
if they drop the rest of the Inquisitors, well, then you're in pretty good shape. I mean, let's face it. This thing is waitlisted, so somebody wanted it.
Yeah.
So, all right. what are the chances that we see those other figures released? What are the chances you think of us actually getting them then? Do you think that there's a possibility that we will eventually see them, or
the Inquisitors?
Yeah. Do you think that there's a possibility that we might eventually end up seeing these figures soon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with Celebration and with May the 4th, like right around the corner and stuff like that. Do you think that that's a possibility?
I do, because I actually just read a comic called Inquisitors, which deals with the Inquisitors, and it's really flipping great.
Yeah,
the artwork is fantastic. I think between Tales of the Empire, between the comics, between the books, there's a lot of Inquisitor, and between Rebels, there's a lot of Inquisitor love out there. Like, people are aware of the characters, they're aware of the fifth brother. Although I prefer his design from Rebels, but that's okay.
Yeah, bigger.
I thought it was just way more badass. It was just bigger, and he was just this big brute. But between the novels and between the shows and the comics, and their red blades, who doesn't want more red blades in their collection? And these are two very distinct Inquisitors. And if you want the Inquisitorius, if you played Jedi Fallen Order, guess what? You want Inquisitors, and of course you want ideally the Inquisitors that came from Jedi Fallen Order, because those are some great Inquisitors. But if you play Jedi Fallen Order, you're probably a fan of the Inquisitors. Of the Inquisitors. So this would be if they're ready to go, then it's just a matter of timing.
Because I'm just wondering what is holding them back. Like, what is the problem? With them just basically releasing these pieces. Like, why wouldn't they?
It's weird because everything else that you can think of from the Kenobi line sold out.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that is still sitting around. I'm sure there is something, but
it's got to be
the Vader, the Kenobi, Reva, the Grand Inquisitor on the Sideshow site of the 501st. They all sold out. And yet they didn't
they definitely didn't.
It's got to be timing, bro. I think that they know how many figures they're gonna make per year, and it's a selection. It's a handful of them, and they still got not just Star Wars figures. We got to make this stuff. That's the only thing I can think of, man. Because I can't really past the main characters. I can't really see how they select anything outside of that. You know what I'm saying? But
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess it's a level of popularity, and we already know she.
Well, that's what I would assume.
This Inquisitor actually has a name,
right?
So we know her name is Lynn. You know what I mean?
And she was also in an animated form too.
Yeah,
right?
in animated form, she's Lynn, and we know her, or at least we know how she's evolved.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That was a dope episode too.
Bro, I love that episode.
That episode was crazy. Yeah.
I love that entire, again, that entire run was dope.
I'm getting goosebumps, man. Both, all of them so far, bro.
All of them so far, and incredible, bro.
That's when y'all say May 4th. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm hoping every May 4th we get one of those.
Yeah,
and it seemed like we're on that route, man. So
we're definitely on top. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the thing that gives me hope for these, the fact that we're starting to see supporting Jedi Council members and supporting Jedi. We're getting Kit Fisto and Plo Koon, and the one that got nerfed by Palpatine. What's his name? Oh god, I can't remember the guy's name, but it hasn't been released yet. The one that's on the coming soon.
It's Plo Koon and
Plo Koon. There's Kit Fisto, and there's C10. I think Psi-10.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it up here in just a second.
But either way, we're getting background Jedi that aren't Mace Windu and Kenobi and Yoda and Anakin, but we're actually getting these other Jedi. So to balance it out, the Force being in balance, that is Inquisitor. Light side, dark side. This year they may focus more on the light side of things, and I could see them, continuing along those lines. But if these are in the chamber and ready to go, I think it's just a matter of timing.
Oh yeah, Sassy Team. Sassy Teen. I was about to say, because I was gonna say if he's not here, that means they prepping that motherfucker soon. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
But yeah, Sassy Teen, who definitely met his end quick.
Didn't do a whole heck of a lot.
He didn't do a whole heck of a lot,
better
bro.
in the cartoons and in the Tartakovsky. He was great in the Tartakovsky. He had that helmet. Remember that helmet he had in the Tartakovsky? Yeah. If he doesn't come with that, that's a missed opportunity. Come on, if you're doing Clone Wars armor for those characters,
and it looks like that's what they're doing. They're giving us Clone Wars armor for each individual character. So, and which makes sense. We still got the Utapau clones. Hard case is still there as well. Like,
where's my mother flipping?
What's that? What Luke Skywalker is that?
Which one? Where at?
That Luke. Oh, that's a premium statue.
Yeah, you're talking about the
right up under there, the Luke Skywalker.
Where is it at?
Right there.
Oh, here it is. That's the Red 5 premium format figure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was statue that is. But yeah, we don't. There's no talk about it. But I'm just looking at all these figures. Again, bro, this right here, like, I'm just gonna say right now, bro, like, Sideshow's gaslighting right now, bro. They are, especially when I see this. This is what pisses me off, bro. How many times has this been up and we have never gotten this piece, bro? Like, now they're playing with me, man. Like, you still got this here, and the thing is, it's like we're to that point where we can't say you can never say never, bro, because they're digging in these, in the graveyard and pulling these figures out just to say, hey, it's available. There's a possibility. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to say that they won't do it, because it is it is a huge possibility that they could. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just like, yo, why are you playing around? Why are you not making this happen?
This one feel like an easy one, man. It's not overly complex, man. You can.
Yeah.
Instead, they went with a dewback. Instead, they're like, let's do a dewback instead.
A dewback that my ass is still waiting.
I haven't received any notifications about my dewback.
Look at bones
at all, bro. So I hate to bring this up.
Oh,
I hate to bring it up.
Did someone lose a bet?
Yo, what we looking at here, man? This the whole ship is just a.
Again, this is one that will, and also far here. Okay, there is hope. There is hope because of the simple fact that we know the Mandalorian film is right around the corner. You never know. They could do it, bro. They could still put. Oh, here's the thing. I guarantee you, what's going to end up happening, bro, is a figure that's going to be announced. That's going to be around this particular. We know what they do. They'll pull these figures out and they'll actually just on the display table to show and to fill in spaces. They'll put this out there. They'll put this in one out there again, the modified in one. They'll do it just to gauge the audience and have those discussions. They'll do it. Right. That's just basically how they make it work. So they'll put it out there just to see. And I'm like, yo, when people talk about this and how big this is, Batwing, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. This could be done, but it's just whether or not they really, really want to do it, or whether or not people will definitely be interested. If they put this out, would you consider it?
No. This particular piece, no, I would not. I don't love it. I don't love it that much. It is from the TV shows, and I don't really get into the TV shows that much. Now, there's another vehicle that they have teased us with again and again and again for what seems like years now. And now seems like the perfect time to flip and release it, and that would be the Jedi Starfighter. If you're going to release a sculpted Anakin Skywalker, which we do believe is coming, Anakin needs a ride. This is Anakin's ride. Release the damn thing, and I would buy it. Jazz Inc. tried and wasn't able to pull it off for a number of reasons. It just didn't work out. The math wasn't mathing. Star Wars fans, there wasn't enough buy-in for it. No. I think that Hot Toys could do this at a price point that people would look at it and go, Oh yeah, I can make that work.
I can see
Space be
something like that
damned.
happening.
I
Yeah.
can make that work. And if they do an Anakin with sculpted hair and people are able to get their hands on an Anakin, then they're primed to get their hands on the Starfighter.
Yeah.
They're already happy they got an Anakin finally. Well, guess what? A flippant Starfighter. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. But that, yeah, I do agree. He said they couldn't sell a bat missile in upcoming possible terrible economy. I don't see Hot Toys on the vehicle, and that isn't a motorcycle or speeder. Hey, if they gave us Luke's New Hope speeder, I would definitely get it. I'm just letting you know that right now.
That would be.
But you know what? Yeah. The Hot Toys, man. Hot Toys. I feel like they've been slipping on the vehicles, man. When the last time we got a new vehicle?
Well, here's the thing, bro. I think
that wasn't a remold. I mean, we got DeLoreans and stuff that they've already you know what I'm saying?
They gauge. I think what they do, bro, is they definitely gauge the masses. You know what I mean? Like, it's to see it's to gain interest at that particular point. What's the popular discussion? And if there's no gain interest in it, like that bat missile, the bat missile just dropped at the wrong time.
Yeah.
At the wrong
and it's
time.
It's still niche. I mean, that's still an item that everybody. You got extra money in space. Too. You know what I'm saying?
That was for the Batman fan.
Very specific. You know? Yeah, exactly.
If you've got the Batmobile, you might consider getting the Bat missile. But if you didn't have the Batmobile, would you consider getting the Bat missile? I mean, maybe, but you probably have a Batmobile first before you get a part of the Batmobile.
Yeah. Now they got me with all these vehicles. If they released the M1 dog or the Jedi, man, dude, I'll be in. That's all my money right there, yo. I didn't even know they were. I didn't even see this until today.
Yeah.
The Jedi fighter, I done seen that on there. That's been on there for years, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to I gotta give a special shout out to Late Bloomer because bruh, he went off today. I
saw that
all the way off, bro.
Did somebody tell me what happened?
And I was here for it.
What happened?
I was fucking here for it, bro. I don't know the gist of it, but I know that what he said was important to the cause. And it meant so much to hear somebody else to say exactly what half of us have either said, been thinking, and he was just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? That was him today. He was like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck no more. I'm going to say what I want to say and fuck y'all in the end. You know what I mean? Because it needed to be said, bro. I was reading something today and I wanted to I was wishing that he was here because I wanted to have this discussion because when we talk about the word that people hate, toxicity, they don't like to hear toxic. I don't like when you call us toxic, even though behaviors and everything that's done within this community supports the definition. They don't like to hear it, bro. They don't like to hear toxic or toxicity when it comes. I was reading something earlier, bro. He said, what'd he say? Nothing happened, just eating my ball.
He's like, no, nothing. Just
yo, but this the thing is, bro. I was reading something where Sean Levy had offered Mikey Madison a role in his film, and she turned it down. And instead of a lot of people again. Just like clockwork started attacking her. Who is she anyway? Oh, she would have did a horrible job, or this, that, and the third, or maybe Disney needs to rethink, and that's why the IP is so horrible. This, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, those type of discussions are the reasons why you have a lot of writers who walk away, why you have a lot of directors who walk away. It's not just about creative differences. It's not just about that. That might have a portion of what to do with it, but bro, walking into this community, bro, and even like for instance, because I watched now, mind you, X, I think you brought this, Prop, you brought this up the other day. You said you watched it. I watched the entire thing. What was it? The first on the call sheet?
Number one on the call sheet.
Number one on the call sheet. Now remember,
I didn't watch the female version yet.
I watched the female version the other day. I watched both. So what John Boyega said they didn't extend it. People only took that clip.
It was in context.
It was in context. Yep. They didn't extend it to hear everything that he basically said.
Yeah.
So what he was talking about was Star Wars so white at that time was the simple fact that, again, they only want you to basically play a sidekick type of role. And then when you basically play lead, people were like, oh no, they're just basically doing it. It's an agenda, this, that, and the third. So that shit right there, but you had to read it in context of what he was actually saying.
Right.
He was talking about his first entry into Hollywood and this, that, and the third, right? So when I was thinking about that, I was like, yo, people clipped that one little piece. And then you had content creators using that one little piece to draw up hype and negativity within the community. Right. And then it became a big fucking backlash. My problem is, bro, Star Wars right now, people will not want to admit it, is in a bad place. And it's not just because of the creatives. People don't want to admit when they have fandom has a lot to do with this shit, bro. Which really does.
Which affects the creatives, by the way. It's a weird little circle because every now and then I can see where they're coming from, where this wasn't written as well, or they had a misstep here or there, but I don't know what's affecting what, yo. You know what I mean? Because if you got creatives that don't know where to go or getting let go of because they're scared their direction is going to go, for instance, shows that we know, yo. Like I was scared. Like I'm glad to hear people, because I enjoyed Ahsoka. I haven't been tapped in to really see what other people like. I was almost scared that people hated it because it was female leads. It was everything that they say they hate about Disney Plus and Star Wars is in that show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, bro.
But it's the simple fact that, again, we're speaking in terms of, you know, and X, we talk about this all the time, bro. I was going to save some of this for tomorrow night.
I was going to say, it's like, oh my gosh, we're skipping ahead, but okay.
Yeah, I wanted to save a lot of this for tomorrow night, but it was interesting because I saw what Bloomer brought up today. And I was interested in finding out where his headspace was, because obviously something pissed him off.
Well, we can't have nice things. I don't know why we can't have nice things. We can't let things be. We can't take things for what they are instead of what we want them to be. We can't give things a chance that haven't even come out yet. We have to pass judgment in a split second based on a 5-second sound clip.
Right. Yeah. The Acolyte was dissed, whether it was a good written well, whatever. It was dissed months, if not a year before that show came out. They already started dissing it when cast and director, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, we don't even give it a chance.
Yeah.
But dude, you know what? We're in a Star Wars fans specifically, right? Because you did say Star Wars. Star Wars fans are a little bit, I think we've had to write our own Star Wars movies for so long because it was so much time between those first 3 movies. Before the next one, and then it was years after that before we started getting these shows and stuff. So I don't know if that doesn't explain the toxic, but the people not meeting people expectation when everybody's writing a different story. Because I've always known that Vader, my understanding when I was young, from reading the books or hearing about it, I think it was a Star Wars encyclopedia, was that Darth Vader fell into a volcano, and that's how he got damaged. That's how it was in my head.
No, I remember reading that. I remember that he fell into a pit of lava. I remember reading.
Now,
yes, I do remember reading that.
Now, I'm glad it's not that way in my head. You know what I mean? Because I prefer the battle. But that's just an example of how different it was. And then, so you got these people that got these expectations, and the key to that is they're all different.
Yeah.
So Star Wars is never going to be able to deliver with these people who aren't free of those expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like that's the thing. Yeah, go ahead, X.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think that's the danger of having something that's been around for almost 50 years that people have lived with for almost 50 years, and not just the films, but the comic books, the video games, the books, the fact that every piece of Star Wars media or whatever that's come out, and they've collected figures. So it's like there's an army of experts out there that are very quick to go, actually, or that's not how Grand Admiral Thrawn would do this.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
which even I was watching Ahsoka and going, this doesn't feel like Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Right.
And you know, I read all the Thrawn novels. I've read the comic books. You know, I feel like I know the character quite well. So then seeing someone's interpretation of it, it didn't live up to my expectations. But at the end of the day, it was
the Rebels.
Well, I actually liked him more in Rebels than I liked him in Ahsoka.
Right.
You know, and I thought in Rebels you actually got to see the character. You know, you saw what a brilliant tactician he was. You saw how cunning and ruthless,
at that point,
you know, he could be. He is dangerous, but he is good at his job.
Yeah, and
he's unpredictable, which is also an amazing thing. But he's soft spoken, which I love.
Yeah.
But in the show, you didn't. The show was. You didn't see it. And if you had seen Ahsoka and let's say you hadn't seen Rebels and you just came in and you started watching Ahsoka, you would probably be like, who are these people? Who is Ezra? Why are they trying to find Ezra? What happened? And they don't really tell you or show you. There's no, like, imagine if, Hera's kid had looked up and said, Thrawn, who's Thrawn? And they actually, tell the backstory of what happened at the end of Rebels to set up why this person is so dangerous, why, what happened in order to get this person out of the picture,
I'm gonna push back on that though.
Okay.
Episode 4 started with episode 4. And we were missing backstories for everybody. So I feel like so that's one of those things, not to disagree.
But they fleshed it out in episode 4 is the thing. Episode 4, they drop you right in the middle of it with a crawl, but you find out who the characters are throughout episode 4.
It was the best way to drop it in.
Right.
But Thrawn is like, okay, he's supposed to be this brilliant tactician. He's supposed to be, very dangerous, but you don't get a lot of that.
Well, the
mystery,
the way I saw this though, because I was right there with you, X, but the way I saw this though, and this is basically me, reading the Thrawn novels and knowing about the character's evolution, where he came from, even with his disdain, with the treatment of his people, the original reason why he joined the Empire, the true intent at that particular point. Knowing all that, I had to disassociate myself from it because it's the where and when. And the reason why I mean that, what I mean by that is, again, he's transported to Peridia. He's in a space where limited resources, he's working with what he has at that point, the Night Sisters who are basically there with him, reanimating, people who probably haven't slept, eaten, or whatever. There was a lot of cannibalism, because if you read certain novels about it, there was cannibalism on that ship. People were literally getting eaten.
Notice there were no officers.
Exactly.
You saw no officers.
Ooh.
People were getting eaten on that ship, bro.
So you're gonna make me watch the whole thing again tomorrow.
There's prologues to this, bro. So the thing is, imagine the limited resources, being in a space where you don't really have that connection, trying to figure out a way to get back, reaching out, because again, we didn't know how he was able to communicate with Morgan, but now that we know he had the Night Sisters with him, again, a lot of force sensitivity involved in that as well. So again, we know that there was planning in the works, but he can only deal with what he could. So I think what we're going to see now that he's back in the universe that we know, we're going to see the evolution. You know what I mean?
He's not the same Thrawn as he was when he, had all his resources. This is a Thrawn that's been through some stuff.
Yeah,
literally. This Thrawn,
you know what I mean?
Been through some stuff. Yeah. So now that he's going to get back, he's going to get fit. He's going to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
He's going to have a fleet at his command.
Exactly.
Not to mention undead, an army of undead. Now we're probably going to really get to see, hopefully, him at his most dangerous, where it's like, no, I will cloak a bunch of asteroids, and you won't know where they are, so you can't leave the planet for fear of running into one of these asteroids. And that's all I need to do to keep you where I need you. That kind of thing. So that's what I want to see, and I'm jumping ahead.
No, he was a little rusty, man, and that's the beauty of him being played by the same character, same actor, right? So there's at least somewhat of a connection. And as Lael, I think, was pointing out, it ended. I didn't expect that much from that story, because they ended it on the cliff. They ended with him basically winning this.
I mean, he did win though. That's the thing.
He did win. He's off Peridia
it-
now.
Yep.
He's on Dathomir. Now, here's the thing. This is the crazy part. He is on one of the most powerful fucking planets ever. He's on Dathomir with a whole bunch of witches that have the power to reanimate even people that might be on a planet, people that might be force sensitive that were actually there. He has the power to do these particular things. Right now, we know he was leaving Peridia for a reason. And I think he knew about now if the rumors are true. If the rumors are true about what we're about to get, and if we see fucking Abeloth, and if Anakin becomes the father, if that actually happens, bro,
that would be wild.
That's going to be insane, because the thing is, we know the only character in history that has actually defeated Abeloth. We know who that is. And we know the potential of getting him and what artifact he could actually find. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot that's riding on this next season. And I think that Filoni, just like it, they're listening to the fandom, bro. Because if they didn't listen to the fandom, and there was always those speculations of Abeloth that was there, I'm not going to say he didn't have intentions on bringing that character to life, but we know now. But now we have Thrawn, who was in Peridia, who was desperate. But just imagine how dangerous he is now that desperation is fulfilled, because he's now back in the galaxy and he is tapped into a power that at first was unbelievable to him. But dealing with Bendu, being in this particular planet, dealing with the Night Sisters now, knowing how that power can almost be manipulated, man, shit. He's more dangerous than he has ever been before. Been before. And this motherfucker's about to go off.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a fucking bloodbath, bro. Because now we're gonna see the Thrawn. It's gonna be the Thrawn that we know within times 10, bro.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Because at the end of Rebels, you know, he actually tells Ezra, he's like, "Yeah, the Force, it mystifies me. Like, basically, I don't understand it." He tells this to Ezra,
right?
And now you're right. He's spent a good amount of time with a lot of stuff that he didn't understand before, and now he has a pretty good understanding of how it works and how to manipulate it. And you're right. Now I think he's going to be way more dangerous, because he's like, "Oh, the Force? Yeah, I know how the Force works.
Here's
and know how to use it.
Exactly.
I know how to use it, and I have people that are willing to use it."
Exactly. I want to bring this up here real quick. Moose, I understand what you're saying. But here's the thing, right? When I hear you say it's basically a metaphor for how Disney has handled the franchise, do you know how many times that I've heard that every week, every day, every chat, everything that I've heard when people say it's how Disney has handled the franchise? We're more vocal now on social media than we've ever been. Social media is now become the voice of society, right? It is. Now, to think that we didn't have that same chatter back in 1977, you be fooling yourself. Because I think it was even more vocal then. It's just the simple fact that we didn't have these platforms. And people couldn't have their voice. Even when the prequels were released.
The prequels were murdered, bro.
Vocal, but it wasn't as vocal as shit is right now, bro. The problem is, we talk about how Disney handles the franchise, but what happens if Disney surprises us and they make good on their words to give us more quality over quantity? Are we going to give it a chance? That's my problem. Give shit a chance, because now we're dealing with a whole bunch of people that are still stuck, bro. And listen, I'm saying this because I was born with this shit, bro. I was born in the age when this shit was fucking invented. I know this shit, bro, like the back of my hand. Are people going to give it a chance if they give us something different? That's the problem. People are stuck in what they know and they aren't willing to give something that could be a chance. That is the problem, bro.
Yeah, preach to him, bro. You tell him, man, y'all use the darkness. I was born into it.
Bro,
because you're right.
Expectations,
taking things for what they are instead of what we want them to be,
right,
and giving things a shot.
Hey, yeah, I was about to say, and that's not because I don't want to. I hate because it puts us in a position where I don't want to downgrade how someone might take, because you might very well not like this for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to come off like, yo, everything is perfect. But dude, my fear, I got a friend that he be making me sound like a punk because I'm actually scared. I remember when it was like when we didn't have no Star Wars, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Years and years and years. So now if there's something that comes out that I don't like, I haven't watched some of the kids. This is some stuff I haven't watched or haven't watched completely. I'm cool with that. Y'all made something that don't fit me, but I'm gonna watch the stuff that do. You know what I'm saying? Because because the suit's gonna do what the suits do. If people stop watching them, they're gonna stop making them.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Everything's not gonna be for me is the thing. But to say everything that Disney Star Wars has done, you know, how they treated the franchise, I would say that we've gotten some high highs with what Disney has done, and we've gotten some mid with what Disney has done. And high highs for me personally, what I like to see Andor, I like to see Rogue One. That's the stuff I really, really like. I think that's top tier Star Wars. That's top tier storytelling. And I think it came off without a hitch, which is why I'm really excited for Andor season 2. I think they gave it to a filmmaker one who knows how to tell a really good story. And they let him do his thing, and he did his thing. And let's face it, some people didn't like Andor season 1.
They didn't, bro.
It was
for
the people that struggled. They loved it.
I struggled, dog. I watched the first 5 episodes, and I think I fell in love around probably episode. I fell in love later.
It's a slow burn.
But when I fell in love with it, I went right back and watched it all over. Yep.
It's a slow burn, and the tension just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds until the very end, where someone gets hit in the face with a brick, and then all shit goes. Yeah, hell breaks loose. But that right there, the spark of rebellion, like it's right.
I think it was that episode. It was that episode. And you know what, man? One thing that I do to toot my own horn, because I'm just that great, is I try to.
You are pretty great, goddammit.
Thank you, my brother. I need to hear it from somebody else every now and then, but I can tell when a show was well done, even when I wasn't feeling. I do, just for the record, I like Andor now, but even when I wasn't feeling it, I could tell that it was well done. Like, it was like, yo, the cinematography, the acting, something just ain't clicking. I wasn't connecting with the characters at first, and then I think it was the rebellion when his mother. I don't want to give no spoilers. It was a certain episode when it was like, it was just powerful. It was just like everything led up to that moment. Everything after it felt right. And when I went back and watched it, everything before it. But just to say, I'm surprised people don't do that, where you just sit and watch it. I guess I've already mentioned that. When you just watch it and it's like, yeah, this ain't something about this ain't for me. But the hate is so visceral. You make it sound like it's whack. Yo, as a rap, I don't know, Leo, if you feel that way. As a rapper, as a rap artist, as an artist, period. So I hate the word whack.
Yeah,
I hate it, dog. I hate it because it's not I don't care for your way of rapping or something. When you say something is
and
whack,
all of a sudden it's whack, like you, or
like,
you know what I mean, or it's corny and stuff like
corny.
that.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, everything's got to be either good or either I love it or I hate it. It's like, well, can it be in the middle where it's just okay and that's just okay?
Well, that's fine too.
It's the expectation that comes with also this IP, bro, because what this show has done so well is that people wanted to realize if what we didn't see and we didn't get a chance to see because it was never shown was the oppressive nature of the Empire.
Yes.
And this is what this shows, the oppression, how people are, how the resistance started, how people were so oppressed. And, you know, even basically just realizing that even within the Empire itself, there's occupation. There's occupations there. People are working. There's a working class within the Empire itself. You know what I mean? Within the garrison, there's a working class. With the rebellion, again, they could be looked at as marauders, or they could be looking back as radicals and stuff like that. We never seen it because the picture that we painted of the rebellion is they're the good guys. But there's something to be said about that, bro. Especially when you're looking at somebody like Cassian Andor, who was like, he's murdered people, bro.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, you look at Saw Gerrera. Yeah, like Saw Gerrera is, you know, to one person, or one person's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist.
Yeah, bro.
And that was perfect, right? And that was the purpose of that character, yo. Oh, that was
the fact that the rebels couldn't agree necessarily on how. Some people took it to the extremes. Some people were trying to do stuff in the Senate. Some people were urban warfare. You know, and they couldn't all agree on how this rebellion should go. Is the thing. And why would they? They wouldn't all agree.
And ain't the beauty of having these diverse shows, because the Star Wars movie can never do that. And we don't want to. This story is designed to do this one thing, and Andor is designed to do something. What we got? Put it up. I gotta see. Yo,
Niglo Calrissian. His name, Niglo Calrissian.
Oh man.
I was gonna take today off.
He couldn't sit it out. You know?
Niglo Calrissian, bro. Wow.
Hey.
Well, what have we?
Yo, look at Triple Josh. He was like shaking my head, Niglo. Bro, what's going on?
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's gonna look rent free right up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, bro. Niglo Calrissian, bro, thank you for coming. Listen, I know you was gonna take the day off, but bro, first of all, before you even start speaking, bro, mic drop all fucking day, bro. I was mic dropping just for no reason. I was tempted, bro. I don't even smoke. I was tempted to go out and get some weed. I was gonna celebrate with somebody, bro. I was so when you put that shit up, I shared that shit. It was like no fucking lies told, bro.
Yo, Lael had your joint posted like it was somebody famous. When I saw
straight
it,
up, bro, I wasn't fucking playing, bro. I wasn't fucking playing.
What celebrity is this?
Bro, he was on something, but he was like, I gotta share this, bro. I was like, oh, brother,
bro,
don't run with it, fly with it, you know,
bro. That shit was up. What? Okay, so what? In a sense, what sparked it? I mean, what? There had to have been something. I know you said there was no drama, but what was it that sparked the sentiment and had you thinking this way, bro?
Leo, that is an amazing question. And that's why you do what you do. This is why you're here. Just wanted to point out. That's an amazing question.
Amen.
I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw a post. It was like from a Clone Wars group. And they're like, you know, the first 3 seasons or the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars was like, and then the 3 to 7 was like, you know what I mean? And
like a good
like the first 2 were like, okay, they were like, okay. People had troubles with Ahsoka. Like Press X will tell you. Lael will tell you, like, when that show first came out,
they hated the first.
People was not fucking with Ahsoka, so it's just like it's funny now.
No. Because it was the movie. It was the movie before the show. Remember, they had a movie came out of the theater. And,
2008 movie, and then to the show. And so with the show and the movie, they just weren't vibing with her. It wasn't working, right? And somebody got in the comments was like, it's a lot of people who are hating on the Clone Wars show, but never really took like heed to those red logo shows. And what I mean by the red logo is usually, if you know Clone Wars, each episode will start off at the end of the song and all of that. It will have the title card right there, just in your face. Most of the time, it's just yellow. Sometimes when they're doing droid shit, it's blue.
Right.
But when it's the real shit, it's red.
Yeah.
And those red ones,
bro,
I
didn't know that.
Yep.
I watch all of them. So it don't matter.
You a little.
I watch all of them.
Like,
I didn't know that.
This shit is dark and deep. Be ready.
Yeah.
And
are you talking about the title cards for Clone Wars?
You talking about the actual logo? I know what you're talking about because I've seen it when it's red.
When it's red.
Yeah.
Red, yellow.
I knew what you were talking about. I just never.
Those are the dark ones. I love those.
Yes. And it's just you can tell that people do not either respect the medium for which Star Wars is being told through. They're fucking miserable because of what happened with the sequels at the time. and they just wanted to get away from Star Wars and George Lucas, whatever the fuck.
I got friends that don't like animation. I can't get them to watch it because they don't like animation.
Like
and I just feel as though
like they won't watch it because it's an old mentality. They feel like it's for kids.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's for kids, but I feel like
some
that's
of the
nonsense.
best storytelling has been done in animation.
Bro, I think Clone Wars is master. I feel like Clone Wars saved Star Wars, in my opinion. When you got
Clone Wars,
the prequels were
the generation of fans that are collecting, and Hot Toys are actually feeding them, and people are mad about it. You know what I mean? That it goes back to the generational divide that we have. 50 years, almost 60 years of Star Wars in running, right? We have multiple generations, multiple entry points. We have Lael, or original trilogy, original trilogy. It might be people for my age and Press X age. We were like prequel babies. We were Clone Wars babies. Like, we ate that. And there's other people who read the books in that 16-year time frame between the last film and us getting episode 1. So there's so many, and then you got the Grogu fans, the Mandalorian fans that are coming behind that. And what I just detest about the Star Wars community is that there's no feeling of open arms. As a prequel baby, I come into this shit already on a defense. On the defense, because I was sitting there just like you were in 1970, whatever the fuck.
Right.
And as a little kid, you were sitting there staring at the screen with your jaw dropped. Why can't I get that same?
Why can't you have that same experience, bro? Yeah.
Right.
Why can't you give me that same grace and say, oh, this is that same similar experience for that kid? No, what I get is, oh, you need to watch the original trilogy. It's like you shit on my existence. You want me to go back to some shit that I don't I struggle to connect to because it's from a different time and place. In Star Wars, you love it.
Yo, hey, that's the first Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. The first Star Wars movie is old to me. Like when I usually show people Empire Strikes Back first because it's like Scarface is a classic. I'll stick with Star Wars. I think it's a subject. It's a little bit older, man. The cinematography, the grading, there's a lot to it that's hard for newer kids to tap into. Like my kids started with Empire Strikes Back, and then I introduced them to the first one to give it context. Star Wars is one of those cool things you can actually watch. You can watch it out of order because it was delivered to us out of order, essentially. But
Charlie, man, like it was massive in '99. There's videos of like princes, Prince Williams walking in to watch the fucking film. Like this shit was massive even in my age. So it's not like it was too much of a drop off from when you guys got the first film to this. It's just though it's that feelings trailer? Like that. It's almost like, and I don't think Charlie's doing that, but it gives me that feeling of like you weren't there, bro. So you can't really have a full stake in this. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Star Wars fan. Let me be here. Let me exist. I'm not saying that's what Charlie is saying, but I'm just saying that's what I get from a lot of those conversations out there when it comes to original trilogy, Clone Wars, the books, and all of that stuff. Sorry, Prop, I kind of cut you off.
No. I was trying to cut into you, but dude, everybody used George Lucas as the Bible, and George Lucas is the most laid back person when it comes to the Star Wars. He's got a passion for this thing, but I've seen him change ideas. I've seen interviews when he said this was going to be like this. I've heard him say, "I've already got the first episode 1 through 3, already written." And then I heard him years later says, "I'm writing 1 through 3." You know what I mean? It was just a sketch. It was just an idea. And dude, and he's very laid back, yo. He's very open. He was the one that allowed these books to be made. Different books.
Mind you, he allowed them to tell this story, even though his story and his purpose was to give us, again, his intention. And here's the thing, and to kind of go back to and to piggyback off to what you're saying, Bloomer. I was about to say Nico, but to piggyback off of what you're basically saying, really quick though, props goes out to our collectible brother Uncle Keith Tobar 66 for his bravery and strength for venturing to Japan in celebration. Points to the sexagenarian. Yeah, definitely, bro. But here's the thing. To piggyback off of what you're saying, though, Bloomer, people forget. There's a tendency to forget who he made this serial series for. It was for kids.
He'll tell you that.
He will tell you he made this for kids. That's what it was about. He made this for children. It's just a simple fact that the demographic that we grew up with, that I grew up with, again, has expanded. They're stuck in that space. He had no idea, even when he made it, that it was going to be as big as it is. Right. And I think, to be quite honest, and I'm going to say something that is extremely unpopular right now. As much as I've read the books, I've read the graphic novels, I've read the comics, I think where things kind of got disjointed is when those things were created.
For sure.
Because again, not thinking about it, it really got away from his story. And what
you're talking about legends. And
when we got the legends and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think George realized how.
Exactly, bro.
I don't think
some of those stories got kind of weird.
We're going to love those stories. Those stories were great. The Mara Jade, the Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of those stories were great. And so I know people that wanted just the prequels or the sequels rather to just be that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But because that was never going to be the case because George was like, you're not getting merchandising for this.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do, little bro.
You're not getting it from me.
Hey, and he made it clear. And he made it clear that wasn't going to stop his vision.
So
he was like, you can do that, but just know when I make my movie, I'm going to make the movie I love, and I'm not going to follow whatever rules.
Exactly. And going to Leon's point, it's just muddled.
It's muddled, but it's everything that. Here's the thing. It's everything for people that is connected to that Skywalker lore. When there's so much more to tell, bro. I remember, honestly, and people won't admit the shit, but mind you, when Knights of the Old Republic was released and before that game dropped, people were shitting on that game. Before it even released, they was like, fuck this game, it's garbage. There's no lore in here that is connected to what I know. It's not. And here's the shit, the one phrase that I fucking hate. It's not my Star Wars.
That one ain't that bad, yo.
Yes, the fuck it is, bro. I hate that shit so much because here what you're saying is it's because it's not your Star Wars. Everything outside of your Star Wars is what do you hate? Wow.
I'm sorry. You're right. You know why? Because I was going to tweak it a little bit. Because you just mentioned we were there for the originals. I hate when you're not a real fan. No one's done it to me personally, but I think I told you guys, and you guys might not like this girl, man, but this young girl. She does lightsaber reviews. She's got a passion for Star Wars. She likes all of the Star Wars, the old stuff, the new stuff. I've seen her go to museum and look at stuff, and I've seen people posting her stuff that she's not a real fan. Because she likes some of the newer shows, you're not a real fan. And so I'm thinking, well, I like the new shows. So, and I like the original. So, but I guess the same kind of thing when they're saying it's my Star Wars, it's probably the same thing where they're saying
Triple said it. It's worse than worse than that's not my Captain America. Damn near worse than not my president.
That's the thing. It's just as bad because here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. How can you welcome that? How can you this is the problem, bro. When you're saying, and I see a demographic of motherfuckers saying this right now, y'all need to sell that shit back to George Lucas. We need George Lucas back. We want George Lucas to do this. Hold it. That's what I'm saying. We want George Lucas back. We want Lucas to take Star Wars back. Star Wars, Lucas knows everything that need. You wasn't saying that when he made Phantom Menace. You wasn't saying that when he made Clone Wars. You wasn't basically saying that when he made Revenge of the Sith, even though people warmed up to that shit. Hell, y'all wasn't saying that shit when he made the fucking holiday special. You laughed at him when he made shit for kids. It was for kids, and they hated that shit. They trampled on that shit. And now, mind you, liberties were basically taken because they were trying to sell the franchise, not sell it, sell pieces of the franchise to make merchandising and stuff. Like, I get that.
Right.
But when George Lucas had control, y'all shitted on him, bro. Y'all didn't, bro. He came up with the concept of midichlorians and they shitted on that shit, bro. Motherfuckers didn't like that shit. Midichlorians, they was like, yo, how did Star Wars have sperm? That's just what I've heard, bro. It's this shit. This is what incenses me about it, bro, because how can we expand the universe when we're not accepting of what visions are out there? Has every vision been great? No, I'm not saying it has, but at least I respect the creatives who are taking a chance to broaden it and give us something completely different. There's only so much you can tell in the in the Skywalker universe, bro.
I'm tired of the fucking Age of Rebellion. It's over.
Well, apparently not. I mean, my biggest hope...
I love it. Luke Skywalker will forever be. A lot of people, I always throw a loop for a lot of people, older people. They're like, who's your favorite Jedi? It is 1A, Yoda. 1B, Luke Skywalker. Everybody else is behind that.
Bro,
I grew up like Luke. Yeah. I grew up in the fucking dirt, bro, looking at the sun like, what
it was relatable. Hey, dog.
I grew up like him, so I get that story. I have a huge, large, like, affinity for that. But what irks me is that our fandom and our needs and wants and desires are so locked into a time period that we are going to be stuck in the past if we let y'all motherfuckers write this shit. We'll be doing the same story in the same set of 5 years if we let y'all motherfuckers write this shit.
It's about what I want. It's about what I want. Everything has to be for me. Everything has to be tailored for me. If I don't like it, it's garbage because it's not what I want because me. And that's where it's
bro.
For me.
You know what I wanted? I thought I made my intentions clear, my plans and my likes and dislikes. How dare you try something new? How dare you?
No, it's not new though, because
that's true. I don't know nothing new. Make it like it was.
It's like I want it, because the sequels, in my opinion, and I don't want to argue with nobody whether they're good or not. I'm corny. I'm mostly positive. I've had some dark side moments lately. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I like all the Star Wars movies. I do. There's some of them I like way, way less. The sequels to me proved you can't make them happy because they tried to copy the formula. They tried to give you the exact same. They tried to give you something. Johnson tried to give you something completely different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't like, just for the record, I didn't like the whole gambling planet scene. I don't think
nobody did, bro.
Okay.
I don't think nobody wanted
nobody like that, bro.
But he tried to give us something different.
Yeah.
Then the last one, we just went with straight, hey, we're just gonna give him fan service. Dude, they tried everything that you could possibly do in the movies anyway, because the shows have been, and it didn't work, yo. It didn't even almost work. Like I can understand if the movie's bad, but even if it was, this is kind of what direction we went. They hit you with 3 different versions of what Star Wars can be, and
I think that was kind of the reason why it didn't work out so well.
They didn't have a plan.
They didn't have a plan. Vision, and then it's like it was a bit all over the place, and we're like, we don't know what we want this to be.
And that's why I'm focusing on, because I'm not saying whether the trilogy was good or not. It was just for me as a fan, I was able to see, that didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not working. You know what I mean? But you're right. I understand what could have made the trilogy
to your
better.
point, Prop. There's pieces and things to like about everything. I think I agree with almost everybody that probably the lowest rated Star Wars film is The Last Jedi. I have Last Jedi Rey literally
100%
meters, inches from me. There's things to like about.
I was about to say, because we did get a dope little Yoda in.
I love that.
You know what I mean? We had a little bit of scene in there.
The older people I speak with, they love that part. My heart jumped when I saw Yoda.
Yeah,
it was like,
but I agree with you. It's the least of it. But again, my point is we've done so much. Yeah. And even when you like something, right? Because even I just found out that people only like the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. That's news to me because my whole family watches every single episode.
And that's the thing, bro. I got so much fucking hate when I told people that I love season 3. I fucking love season 3.
It was good, man.
I love fucking season 3 because the thing is getting from fucking season 1 to season 3 was the intent.
Yeah,
it was to take back fucking Mandalore, bro. You had to get somewhere. But people, here's the thing. This is how you show your hands and you show face. And this is when I point these motherfuckers out and I know who you are. Because Mando season 1 was focused on Din Djarin. Mando's season 2 was focused on Din Djarin's progression, and then everybody else were ancillary characters that played their roles around him.
Hell, I'll say season 2 was Grogu's.
It was
season 1.
It was Grogu's journey. It was his journey, right? Season 3 was about Bo-Katan and her redemption, and on top of that, taking back Mandalore. Motherfucker, when I said that I like that shit, bro, and I love season 3, season 3 was a bag of shit, this, that, and the third. Bro, I felt like I felt like brother cousins. I was literally on a show when I was talking about this shit, but I had to bite my tongue. But I was about to say from the mountains high above, bro, looking down, because I had the high ground at that moment. I was so ready to look down at everybody and say, eat a dick. That's how far away I was from it, bro, because I was so fucking fed up at people talking shit. I was about to say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You, your mom are cool because I met y'all. We had sweet potato together, but fuck all y'all, and I'm out. That's where I was, bro. Because I love this shit. I love the completion of all 3 seasons, bro. But motherfuckers, bro, again, this is where we're at when it comes to this community. But yet we don't want to hear the word. Yo, here's the thing, X. This would have been a dope discussion tomorrow. But we got more.
I was going to say, it's like
we got more to talk about. But I wanted to bring this up because what Bloomer, bro, literally, I was at the fucking gym. I was on the treadmill. When I read your shit, I was running like this for a while. I read your shit. I started to speed up. I was like, yeah, this motherfucker's talking. I was gone. I was, woo, bro. I was speeding on that joint.
You run it. Imagine how I was typing it. Because it's just once the idea strikes you, that's just the type of person I am. Once the idea strikes me and I have the scaffolding for the idea, I go. Yeah. My Lord guides me after that, you know?
Yeah. Bro,
my last part of that is was aimed towards the people who are taking real life emotions and trying to place them on a fictional universe. They're taking real life things such as discrimination, right? Oh, I don't want that part. I don't like Jar Jar. They're taking that part, but this is the universe. This is where we're at. This is where we exist at.
Hey, you know Leo, didn't you post something with George Lucas speaking? I had already seen it before.
Yeah,
but I posted up with George Lucas talking about the politics,
bro. I listen.
Leave that shit on fucking Earth. Don't take that shit to Naboo. Don't take that shit to Naboo.
That was the statement.
Fucking there.
That was the statement.
I don't want that shit on fucking Hoth.
That's what we get on the shirt.
I have a tattoo of like the imperial, symbol on my arm. And I was at a party once, and a woman walked up to me and said, "Oh, so you support fascism?" And I said, "It's not real. It's
right.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Star Wars isn't real. I hate to break it to you, but the Galactic Empire is not a real. No, I don't support that. I support Star Wars. I don't support fascism." But she was very offended. I'm like, it's not real. It's sorry.
Not real, man. It's definitely not
I hate
real.
To break this to you. I really, really do, but it's not real.
If you take it that far, then we have something that we need to talk about. Then maybe we need to discuss your existence. Because
I think your outrage may be misplaced.
Yeah,
just,
bro.
Listen, so slightly.
It's
real to me.
It's just a simple fact that I bring up Celebration for a reason as well, because for anybody out there who's been at a Star Wars Celebration, when you know. Because at a Star Wars Celebration, none of this shit outside of that space exists. And what I mean by that, bro, every actor that hits that stage is treated so fair and with love. When Daisy Ridley came out, and yes, unapologetically, I am a Rey fan. I give 2 fucks about what people think. I think that character, and if you try to, and there was a lot of people that attacked her, they tried to say that she couldn't act. If you haven't seen Magpie, if you haven't seen Sometimes I Think About Dying, if you actually haven't seen any of the films that she's been in, The Cleaner, if you haven't seen any of those right now, then you don't know, because she can act her ass off, bro. Because each role, she is different and she brings a different medium. She can act, but she got attacked for her placement in these films. They're trying to say that she was a Mary Sue. They said all this other shit about the particular character, not giving it a chance, progression. They've made fucking content creators have made entire discographies about her shit, bro. And I'm like, why? What's the point? I'm not even gonna get into it, but my point is, at Star Wars Celebration, bro, everybody got their just due. They were happy. Everybody fellowship together. Everybody was cool. Everybody was basically cool, bro. Everybody was cool. They blended together. They loved each other. There was no fucking problems. Everybody was equal. We loved it. It was the excitement. It becomes an echo chamber once you step outside of that building and you log on to social media. Bro, when you realize, dog, she did a photo shoot for Variety or Vanity Fair that had nothing to do with Star Wars, right? When they made an announcement at the Star Wars Celebration stage that there was going to be another trilogy about the new Jedi Order and that she was heading it up, do you know motherfuckers jumped on that photo that had nothing to do with Star Wars? It was about her taking photos. It was just basically her about an actress, but it was just photos, fashion photos. They jumped on that fucking thing quick and said, you ruined Star Wars.
Oh.
On a photo of her on her page that had nothing to do with anything else. Now, mind you, she had disappeared from social media for a while. And then she just opened it up because she was like, you know what? Fuck it. Take me as I am. I don't give a fuck. I'll just challenge everything. I'm not going to say anything. And she's not said any disparaging remarks about fans, hasn't said anything. She's respectfully said that people are sensitive about it and she understands. But people jumped on that photo and attacked that woman, bro. That shit wasn't fair.
No, and that reminds me of like people are like, Christopher, why do you want the the Jar Jar Binks Hot Toys figure? I want it because A, it's an important character in the prequels. B, I want it. It's a constant reminder of how far people can take things, and the fact that they can take things too far with fandom, and that it can affect real people. Like the stuff that Ahmed Best went through. And if you don't know, look into it. That he was treated very, very poorly,
bro.
It was not his fault. He is an actor acting in a role that is written by someone else and directed much the same way with Hayden Christensen, much the same way with Daisy Ridley, much the same way, all these actors are acting. They are not the character. They are actors. Bro. And the director is telling them to act in a certain way and read what's on the page. And that's what they're going there and they're doing a job. They didn't ruin anything.
Princess, if I may add an addendum to what you're saying, because there was a film that Hayden did in 2003 in between 2 and 3. It's called Shattered Glass.
Yes. I love Shattered Glass. In fact, when I met him at Comic-Con, I said, I love Shattered Glass. He's like, wow, not a lot of people saw that. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
It was fantastically rated. He basically did the role of Stephen Root, this very neurotic, nerdy dude that did something interesting. I'll say that. You know the story, so I don't need to do it, but I'm just saying that for our audience. And he did fantastic there, but he did other movies. I remember him in Takers. I love Jumper. Okay, I loved it.
Jumper was entertaining, man.
It was entertaining, but that got shit on.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
I wasn't tuned in as much back then.
Barely made the money back. I think the budget was 30 mil, but when you add promotion, let's just add another 30 mil. And the movie made like basically 69, 70 mil. They had like $1 million to pay everybody, basically, or $1 million in profit.
Mm-hmm.
But there were just things that Hayden did in between that time that nobody paid attention to. And I think that also fed into the typecasting.
Yeah.
There was an interview that I think everybody on here watched or saw bits of. Excuse me. It was George Lucas and Hayden sitting down. And there was a question posed to Hayden saying, what's your biggest fear as an actor, in Star Wars? Something in that line. And he responded, he said, being typecasted. He knew it then, that he felt like him being a part of this amazing opportunity in this amazing universe, and not to only be a part of it, but to play the universe's most central, tragic, and important character in Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. And I think that is what, quote unquote, shackled him in a way. And it's a beautiful, like you said, X, and like others have said, it's beautiful to see the reaction that he's getting now. It is with the tint of rose tinted glasses when it comes to we're being nostalgic about shit that just happened 10 years ago. Hell, there's nostalgia with shit 5 years ago. I remember, like, they're probably still talking about it, but I remember there was a thing about the summer of 2016, and motherfuckers still want that.
Yeah.
Okay, when 2020 what happened, I saw a lot of tweets about, man, can we get 2016 back?
Yeah.
There's
dude, nostalgia is always going to be that, man. But it's crazy, dude. There's so much. We got so much of it now. Like John Wick, to me, tell me John Wick, or maybe y'all disagree. John Wick, when I first saw the first movie, the way I described it, because I didn't see it in the movie, I didn't even know it came out at the movie theater. I ended up seeing it on DVD or something like that, man. And I was selling it to my friends like, yo, this is an 80s joint. Like that. We grew up on Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone. Like, this is unapologetically that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little retro-ness going up. Mandalorian is Clint Eastwood. It's got that spaghetti western. Not even
Long
just
Wolfing Cub, bro. Kurosawa. A lot of that. Which
Fistful of Dollars was based off of.
Yeah.
Seven Samurai and all that stuff. So
y'all remember that episode of South Park that was just so seminal? Member berries.
Yeah.
I've watched it and laughed and died in laughter, but it was true. In the moment, it didn't hit me of how like impressive of a social commentary that was.
True story. Yep.
We all you want to forget about something fucking terrible happening in the world? Here you go. Here's that movie you wanted for fucking 40 years.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, exactly. I remember. It's just like nostalgia is ruling over the land everywhere.
Yeah.
And when it's done correct, you know what I mean? I don't want to hate on that either, because I enjoy it. Sometimes I like my John Wick example. I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
blurred
when it's used right, you know what I'm saying? I guess when it's done, we know the suits ain't got their hands on it, because sometimes we just know we just gonna give, like you said, we just gonna give them this. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why why a lot of people are so reticent to give anything new a shot. Is because we're used to getting the same thing on repeat. And this year we're getting another Jurassic Park movie. I'm going to go see it because it actually looks like a horror movie, and I'm actually very, very excited for it. But it's just like, who would have thought in the year 2025 I would be seeing another Jurassic Park movie?
Yep.
Oh God.
I'm getting a movie membership pass for July, nigga.
This summer is going to be incredible.
My Regal pass is going to be on tilt, bro. I have the AMC Regal Unlimited.
AMC A-list, baby.
Yeah,
July's gonna be crazy.
I'm seeing that shit tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yo, we going to see it. Yo, how about I end up getting my ticket? We're going at 3:00 tomorrow. Yeah. But dude, I done bought so many tickets. I had forgot. I'm telling my son, yo, we going at 3. I'll look it up. I didn't even buy the tickets. I had bought the tickets for Thunderbolts.
Go to the theater. It's like,
so it was like, yo, there's still seats. 3:00 Thursday. Ain't nobody there. We the only ones in the theater, man. Oh, I can't wait, yo. I can't wait.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, here's the thing.
There's new IP too.
It's okay for people to have. It's original, exactly. It's good. It's okay for people because here's the thing. The test for me when it comes to this IP, honestly, and I'm going to see how well people receive this, and if he does it well, and if people aren't doing it just because of a previous film that he's attached to, or in a preview or another IP that is attached to. People don't understand how important Sean Levy's film really is as a director, because the thing is, he's a well-liked person. People celebrate his accomplishments with Deadpool and Wolverine. They celebrate that. How is he going to be received in Star Wars when he does something completely different? Are people going to shit on him like they did? Because here's the thing. Hold up, though. Here's the thing. We got to think about the simple fact that people shit on Rian Johnson, but his catalog of fucking films is awesome.
Knives Out is crazy.
Knives Out, Brick.
Oh my Lord, man!
I think that feeds into the anger. I think that feeds into the frustration.
I don't think people.
We know he could get down, but he just didn't get down right.
But
there.
he didn't get down with
not
everybody.
Shit.
Not
but
everybody.
Here's the thing and I think about this all the time because there is an argument to be made that when it comes to Lucasfilm and it comes to Disney, sometimes they do get in the way of creatives. We know that they do this a lot. So think of the film we could have actually gotten. Think of but I think that Rian Johnson and I keep forgetting his fucking name. Other director,
JJ
Abrams. The problem is, again, they were trying to follow the same formula that George followed with the first couple of films, with New Hope, with Empire, with Return of the Jedi. That was a different time. And discussions were to be made, and they made it cohesive because they knew that there was a story to be told. Say what you want about the prequels. When you compare the prequels to the sequels, the prequels were cohesive. There was a story to be told.
Yes.
It went from point A, B to C. It was told. The problem about the sequels is a simple fact that you had one story. You had a next person that tried to outdo that story, and then you had this person from this story.
Outdo it.
Let me jump over there and let me course correct. Let me fix the fractured helmet that you broke, motherfucker, that I told you not to. Let me put them daggone ponytails back and raise hair when you basically wet that shit. No, fuck that. Let me do my thing.
Hey, JJ said, I'm gonna make the second movie you should have made, basically.
Yeah, but the problem with that was, bro, and I will say this shit until I fucking die. What you attempted to do in that last film in Rise of Skywalker completely undermined the reason why Vader did what he did and Anakin did what he did in Return of the Jedi. Y'all shouldn't have did that film by there was no fucking reason to bring back Palpatine. None.
The one film I looked at my friend in the middle of the film and said, wait, this doesn't make any sense.
None.
Like, wait a minute. This is a movie about space wizards and laser swords. I'm like looking, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. There's a piece of the story missing that you haven't. What?
Yeah.
Somehow Palpatine returned. No, you can't do that.
You got just let it
somehow
out here fathering children and all kinds of
somehow, bro. That is crazy. That is diabolical. Somehow.
We're not going to tell you how, and we know that he was the big bad, and Vader, had his whole redemption arc, but somehow he returned. But we're not going to tell you. It's like
you could have just well, first of all, Snoke got killed. That just fucking put a wrench. Snoke
was interesting. Snoke was interesting.
I was like, give me another guy that wants the power. It's a space. It's a power vacuum.
Snoke should have been carried into the very end, bro.
Yeah.
And you killed him and Luke. You.
Good.
Now, hey, bro. Hey, they killed Luke, but that scene was crazy though. I like that.
Yo,
I actually like the scene. Last Jedi.
I'm conflicted with it because I like the scene, but I don't like that he wasn't there.
Yeah,
well,
I like
he did the one thing
like
that's why Jedi's not supposed to, they use the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack. He did the one thing you're supposed, just like what he did in Return of the Jedi when he's like, I'm going to throw my lightsaber away, and no, I'm not going to kill my father.
This is
the Jedi thing.
Oh yeah, that was stupid.
In, Last Jedi.
This is the problem.
That didn't make sense.
That I had. It wasn't the execution. Okay, I get it. This is where you wanted to go with Luke. And then when I go back and I watch it, I'm like, okay, I understand this portion of it. The problem was, how did he get to that point? And why didn't we see that? Why didn't we spend enough time really understanding how he got to that point? We saw flashbacks and shit like that. We saw.
Hold on, Leo. We got somebody at the front door. I'm gonna let him in.
Yeah, let him in, bro. Let him in. Let him in.
Oh,
let him in. Let him in. Definitely let him in. Everybody, you already know who it is, bro. We got BC chilling. It stands for booty and chicken. My man, BC in the building, bro. We hijacked this entire discussion and started talking about Star Wars. I'm sorry, bro, because if you didn't already see, today is celebrating Negro Calrissian Day, because you saw it. I posted earlier today. You saw me basically post in his post. That shit felt like Christmas, bro, to me. When he put that shit up, I stopped what I was doing at the gym. I was running. I stopped. I was like, bro, you have to, because he started cooking earlier. And I was like, facts. He cooked earlier, but then the crescendo was when he just threw the fucking big ass snowball at the world with that last post.
Yes.
And I was like, facts.
He said, keep that shit on Earth. Don't bring it in the book.
Yeah, bro.
That's the t-shirt.
Facts.
That was facts. That was some cold hard shit right there. And it was greatly appreciated, and had to be said. So, absolutely, bro. Roberticus is man.
I was like, bro, somebody in that space, even though he said it, he said what it was, but that was a lot of dialogue. That was a dissertation that came from your balls.
Leo, they want the post up, man.
Bro, you were pissed. But Jay, we sit up here talking about this because the influences that, again, Star Wars has on not just the collecting community, but just on our visual experience. And how I started this show by just kind of talking about how we don't want to label it toxic or toxicity. We don't want to give it that level.
Yeah.
But everything that supports everything, we don't want that label, and we don't want to be called that. But the behaviors and everything that we see supports that sentiment.
Absolutely. I mean, where we're at right now, I just think it's like that. We're at a time in the society where it's cool to not like anything anymore. Mm-hmm. And people, and I don't know if it's, I mean, this has been happening, blame where we're at right now in this country with, with leadership or whatever, but you can't even blame it on that. It's been this way. Honestly, I'm gonna break it down. It's gotten worse since the pandemic. Let's be honest.
Yes.
And I think that's really the culprit. We could talk about division. We could talk about, politically where we're at and all that other shit. But I think really what it comes down to is that things got worse after the pandemic. And I think there's a connection there with that. There's always been, there's always been people hating on Star Wars. I remember when I was in school, I took public speaking when I was in college. And I remember we had to do, we had to speak on topics that we were passionate about. One of my classmates did a whole dissertation about, why the prequels sucked and why the originals were superior. And even then I was like, dude, like, come on, like, really? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I mean, but on one end, it was good to see that he was passionate about something. But even then, it was all done in fun. It wasn't, it wasn't. You didn't feel like it was an agenda behind it. It was just like he preferred the older films, and he said why they were shot on film, blah blah blah. All this stuff.
Jay, you said that was a dissertation in class in public.
Yeah,
that's a crazy way to tell a bunch of motherfuckers you don't get no pussy.
Basically, that's what I took from it. I was like, damn, bro. Yeah. I think mine was on like my love.
I think mine was like my love
of hip hop and all music or something.
Yeah,
but you know, his was, you know, yeah. So I just think that the level that we're seeing right now is just like it's on another level of it. And I hate to say hatred, but that's what it is.
Yeah,
right. And but I also think on the flip side of it, I do think a lot of these companies and filmmakers have made very questionable decisions with these properties, like frivolously. Like I still don't understand how you have you have all the living cast of the first Star Wars and you do a sequel trilogy and you don't do a scene with all of them. That's blasphemy. That's like and of anything, we should all be upset about that. We should all be united and upset about that. I don't understand how you start a story with making two characters, possibly a three, like kind of like a three-way love, not a three-way, but that's bad way.
Yeah, man.
More like a
Jay, you're back in full force.
I'm always saying shit.
Ren's clip that.
But I'm just saying a love triangle. That's
yeah.
You start off with this love triangle, and then you just cut that out. You just cut.
Dude, but X explained that, yo. They didn't have a plan, which is like I get. Even if they had wrote each story differently, they should have had an overall plan. This is where we starting. This is where we're trying to go.
Absolutely.
And you could feel that didn't exist. I don't know if I heard them say that, but it was just obvious that they were just turning, because you're right, man. Even my boy, dude, I thought we got a black Jedi. We saw Kylo Ren respond to that dude in a battle. Stop and look at this cat in a battle, which felt like, okay, that's important.
Yeah.
Was it though? You know what I'm saying? So so don't get me wrong, man. I talk positively. I can enjoy the movies because entertainment, visuals are dope, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that they didn't. They could have did better.
Well,
a lot better.
Like you said, they didn't have a plan, and they admitted it. They had all of them sitting at a table, all these people had all these wonderful talent, all the money in the world, Disney backing you, billions and billions of dollars, and they had no plan.
No solid plan.
The MCU in the Infinity Saga, yes, there were missteps during the Infinity Sagas. The Infinity Saga isn't perfect, but they had a plan. They had a roadmap, and by the time they did the Winter Soldier, they knew, like, okay, this direction is clear. We know exactly.
Wow, bro.
And for Star Wars, a sequel trilogy, for you to not have a plan, it's just
it doesn't make sense, bro. Because that's where I was with, again, even though The Last Jedi had elements to really understand and enjoy. Again, unapologetically, I'm a Rey fan. It is what it is.
I like Rey.
I love Rey as a character, bro. But the problem was the treatment of Luke and how certain things were left out and weren't really explained. You killed off two characters of a story that could have expanded and actually supported your main character, which we know was Rey at that particular point, Rey and Kylo. You know what I mean? There are certain elements. I'd said, like, the perfect story in my head. I pieced this shit together with Force Awakens. I was like, what would have made for a better story is if you're talking about Force Awakens, maybe Luke feels the tremor in the Force. X, we know that there's a tremor in the Force. There's balance. There's light and dark to meet. Maybe Luke felt that, and he goes on to search for that one. He goes on to search for Rey in hopes that he can train her for a darker threat, which is Kylo, who right now is under the tutelage of, Snoke at that particular time. We didn't need to basically talk or say anything about Palpatine or anything else like that. We didn't need that. I didn't even need him to say that fucking Palpatine created him, it was just. Now you just shot that character down as if it was a piece of shit.
That character meant absolutely
nothing. Fucking nothing. Fuck all at that particular point. But again, like you said, it was the one chance that you had to bring all of those characters together in one film. Even if you knew at the end of that film Han was going to die, at least you can say he died in the arms of Leia, someone who loved him at that particular point, because he couldn't save his son. They were all together at that point, a process at that point that fractured a lot of things. Even at that point, if you wanted to take Luke to that place where he felt as though he lost himself, it was the perfect time to do it when you were watching his son slaughter your best friend and you couldn't save it, and he trusted you. He trusted you. You know what I mean? He trusted you with his son. That is a point where Luke could have said, you know what? It's not what I thought it was going to be. And then he leaves. Then he leaves and goes to where he is, Octu. Then Rey chases him to finish the training. That was something that you could have fucking done, and you didn't do it, bro.
Wonderful. I want to.
That makes way too much sense, Lael.
Yo, he always on here writing better stories, bro.
Like, yeah.
Just send me the script, man. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a chance to, and then we would have understood that reasoning for Luke to be where he was. We would have understood that at that particular time. I was a proponent that he shouldn't, fucking Kylo shouldn't have never removed his helmet at all.
Yeah. No,
bro. How dope was it? I get goosebumps just the trailer when Kylo was walking up the mountain with the snow. You see the lightsaber light up for the first. Oh my God, bro. That scene wasn't even in the movie. That was mistake number one. Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about, huh? It wasn't in the movie, it was in the trailer. That was my first bit of anger with this trilogy. It's like, yo, what'd you take that out for?
Yeah.
Watch that trailer on repeat. Just like, oh God, it's more Star Wars.
Bro. and Finn, bro, if you think about it, Finn could have basically had a bigger story as well. The Force basically awoke in him. It awoke in him as well. If you would have been, it would have been a perfect 1-2 punch to have two Force users, bro. Force users at that particular point, because who did you have? You had Snoke and Kylo. You have Rey and Finn. You have Luke, who is taking up the Yoda role at that particular point, who could have been the sacrificial lamb. Of course, if you wanted to go that way in the second film, okay, make it a draw. But bring these people together, because it's not that it's fan servicey, it just makes sense to the story. Because the last we seen was them together in Return of the Jedi, bro.
Yo, hold on. Yo, Ghetto Yoda just brought up when he stopped the shot with the, like, what happened to that kind of thing, bro?
I'm about to go get it.
I'm feeling good today, man. Y'all don't put me in a bad mood with this.
I'm about to get me that Finn figure for about $50.
I was gonna say, you get it.
I
got the motherfucker right here, and he's staying there, bro. And
I was still holding out hope that maybe, but nah, fuck all that, bro. I'll just get him. If I want to fucking update it, I'll just send his ass off to get repainted or some shit, bro.
That's the only thing. It's like I got Finn, man, but it don't really look like Boyega to me. But I'm a
it's a step in for it where it is right now.
Yeah.
The only problem was he was too tall, so I had to take the ankle pegs out and replace him because he was tall as fuck. When him and Ray were the same,
I'm gonna get a new head scope. I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna get it customized.
Oh, you know what? He don't look that bad. He don't look that bad.
It's dope.
I'm gonna make him into Tyrone.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, Tyrone was dope.
Stormtrooper 1 still goes for some good money, and that's a damn good figure.
Oh, it is. It is, especially with the red hand, bro. That shit sold the fuck out when it dropped.
Yeah,
that shit was hard to come by for a fucking minute. Those, bro, listen, say what we will about those films, but the Rey that was released, in my opinion, the cop, bro, this Kylo Ren is still the dopest figure. That was the very first, bro. This was the
light up saber.
Yeah, the one, bro. Again, I was like, yo, I didn't want them to change the suit. I wanted them to keep The Force Awakens, that suit was fucking dope. I loved everything about it.
With like the hood and the collar, with like the kind of sash going around.
With everything. Really that was the dopest fucking suit, bro. I hated the evolution with that damn cape, bro. I couldn't fucking stand it.
Yeah.
I was like,
have the other one with the cape, and I'm like, damn, I probably should have got the other
cloak
one. But
and
I
then,
do like the other version too,
bro. But then here's the thing.
Mhm.
You can tell that fucking J.J. Abrams was shitting on Rian Johnson.
Yeah,
because
man.
again, the third film, not only did he basically recreate or print the helmet itself, but bro, he sewed the cape back on the outfit. It was like, fuck you, you ain't getting it.
To me, that cape kind of looks more like it screams Vader-esque to me. That's why I like it. I see it.
Yeah. Well, that was the idea behind it, right?
I'm pretty sure that.
Well, I mean, you even had Snoke say, "You're no Vader. You're just a boy in the mask."
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to be Vader so damn
That's why
bad.
I have that one next to Vader. You know, you trying to be like your granddaddy, you know, type of thing. So I like that. That's what I get value.
There's things, and you can tell, like, even with Dave Filoni, that he is trying so hard to do it again, because if it wasn't for Dave Filoni fixing the prequels with Clone Wars, he's a fixer, bro.
He's a fixer.
So again, I know he is trying so hard, desperately hard, to fix the trilogy films. He's trying to find a way to fix those things for it, because the thing is, it's generational, bro. We know, just like it was for people who enjoyed the first three, the original trilogy, just like there were people that basically enjoyed the prequels. There's going to be people that enjoyed the sequels when we didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
And to your point, Filoni, I think he's proved that the kind of mistakes that I saw in the sequels are fixable, except for that whole gamble planet.
Yeah.
Thing. But most of that stuff is, I think they can fix, because they
Canto Bite. That's what it was called, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even want to
fucking
learn
hated that, bro. I could not stand.
Although
what?
Like,
give me some silver lining.
You got to see, you know, where they pointed out, it's like, hey, they sold weapons to the bad guys and the good guys. It's like, things come from.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? X, I can actually see you in Canto Bite. You have that personality, bro. I can see you. That's the Grand Wizard at the casino, bro. I can see your ass at Canto Bite, bro.
I'd have to get like a 6 space cape though, like a Lando Calrissian type.
Yeah. I can see you at Canto
before I go anywhere.
Hold up, we got low-key collected.
You'll see X at the gambling tables up there speaking in riddles and shit.
Yeah, bro. Hey, yo, and then he'll break character one time after talking so eloquently. And when he sees somebody cheat, he'd be like, I saw that motherfucker. Just break character at this any given time. Put that back.
I probably very sporting.
I would never watch that scene again, yo.
But yeah, now I need to go and get. I need a space cape. Absolutely.
Get him his break. So we got low key in the building. He said, "Yo, what's up, fellas? Coming in." He said, "Coming in this beautiful Thursday morning from Tokyo Disney, living the dream. Be easy, y'all. You just had to say that shit, bro. I'm glad he's enjoying himself, though." Definitely.
It's Thursday morning, so it's the 17th.
Yeah,
which means we can smell it. Star Wars Celebration. We can smell it.
It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner, bro.
Yes.
That's the crazy part. It is right around the corner, and I'm here for it. But anyway, real quick before we get out of here, Jay, tell me. I want to hear your thoughts about that. About the Merrick. What's your thoughts about it, bro?
Is it Merrick or Marok? I've been calling him
Marok.
I call him Morocco.
I was calling him Morocco. Merrick. I think they call him Merrick or Marok. I'm not really sure.
Marok. Puff Pass. That's what I like to call him. Yeah, man, I mean, I think it looks good. The proportions on that bad boy is amazing, bro. He looks fantastic. That's the thing. It's like I still don't know if I'm going to get him, but I do like the proportions, and that's how they knew that's what they needed to sell this figure.
Yeah.
It looks like a guy in a costume. It doesn't.
That's
look like
what X said. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks good. It does look good. I don't know if I'm going to add him to my collection. If he does, he'll be something that I'll get later on down the line. I either get it from my shop or I'll probably get it from Ray. Shout out to Ray from Hawk Wars.
Yeah, I got him on pre-order already. I was so glad that I was able to get it because it was day one for me because I love the aesthetics. I love, you know what I mean, the dark nature of this character, the medieval armor that you can actually see, the weathering, something that you can see from metal that's been buried or whatever. It looks good, like rusted armor. I love the way this looks, bro. Even though
that do you think the weathering lives up to what we saw in the prototype, or do you think it's a tad soft?
You know what? That's a good ass question, bro. That definitely is a good ass question. So I want to do a comparison real quick, just to see, because you might be right. Like, did they soften the armor? Like, was it a possibility that might actually been softened? Let me find it real quick. Let me see here. Let me see, because that's a good question. I don't know if they did or if they kept. Did you look at it? Did you do a video on this today?
I did a video on it yesterday. And I was just looking at it, but I didn't go back and do a comparison. But I know that was something that they were touting during the solicitation and during the release and the promo photos. And I'm looking at it here. It just looks a little tad soft. Once again, these are photos. I don't know if how
they took liberties. Yeah. Like, if
too
they
bad it's like a low profile figure, because I don't know when motherfuckers gonna carry this shit right now. Motherfuckers doing Magneto videos right now, so I don't know when this shit go get the rotation from the the Chinese and the European collectors over there. But to me, Jay, I don't know, man. I have to go and look at it. Like Lael said, it's a fantastic question, but just going off of what I saw in the solicitations and then looking at this, when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, Merrick, it's like nothing like stood out to me like, maybe because it's just armor and it's not a head sculpt, and you can really dissect the head sculpt.
Yeah. And the weathering is super heavy on the actual on the actual thing too. Not on the figures, but on the actual actor. We
got an international.
We got somebody back.
And
we got Unk. Is that Unk? Is that Unk? Is that Unk? And we got Unk in the building. What is going on with you, bro?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's going on, man? How you doing? I know you're having a good time, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, man. Calvin's over at Disneyland, and I can't do it, man. It's like 7 billion people over there right now.
I can imagine, bro.
But other than that, man, I'm having a great time. Getting some souvenirs and stuff for my wife and kids and grandson. That's where I'm getting ready to go after I eat lunch.
I saw that you were trying to go to Toy Sapien,
Hold on for 1 minute. Let me put my damn headphones in. Hold on.
I saw you were trying to go to Toy Sapien too, bro.
He can't. Nah, son. He shut you out.
Yeah, he was like, nah, nigga, let me put my
Not without these headphones.
I'm still trying to find Merrick, bro. I'm still looking for it here because I do want to do a comparison. You got to go way back for him, bro.
Oh,
let me see.
Hey, I tell you what, I was actually looking for the actual photos from the show, the promotional.
Yeah.
Dude, I pulled up the damn 1/6 scale figure thinking that was it.
Oh, you did?
Great background. Yeah. That joint.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. We hear you.
No.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I put in my headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just cruising around, enjoying this place. Like I said, I've been to New York City before, but this place is not. It's sometimes it's like overwhelming. It's just so many people, and you're going down the street, man. It's just like thousands of people. I was over in Gizzy yesterday, and because my daughter was looking for some shoes she wanted, so I had to hunt them down at a specialty shop. And you just look down the street, man. It's just thousands of people walking around. And I'm going like, damn, don't nobody work around here? It's crazy, man.
It don't like seem I said, like it, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting place. Like I said, I went over to Asoka to the shrine earlier in the week. That's a beautiful place, man. It was really nice. Saw a lot of American tourists there. A lot of black folks running around. Which is cool. Like I said, we went to a soul food restaurant last night, and it was pretty cool. Like I said, well, unfortunately, I'm allergic to garlic, so I got to be careful about what I eat. Everywhere I gotta go, I gotta ask about the garlic because, like I said, I gotta have my EpiPens and all that shit. That's what happens when you get old, man. I ain't never been allergic to garlic in my life. And then, like 2 years ago, all of a sudden, I found out I'm allergic to garlic. And I'm not talking about just like I'm talking about have to go to the hospital garlic allergic. Yeah, man, it was just crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah, but like I said, tomorrow we go hit Star Wars Celebration. Like I said, I don't know if you saw the picture. I went over to Toy Sapien and it was closed, and I didn't even know it. So I said, "Damn!" So I guess they closed because of Star Wars Celebration. They opened back Monday, but I'll roll up. Huh?
They're going to be closed until Monday.
Yeah, they're closed till Monday.
Oh wow!
Which is kind of crazy, but they are. So we go try to get up early tomorrow morning and get in line and see what we can do, man. That's all I can do. So.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I see you, bro. You got there early, extra early, and was doing everything, bro.
Yeah. Because I wanted to see everything. I just didn't want to come for like 3 or 4 days. That for me, it didn't make any sense to me. So, like I said, I went to Osaka, caught the train Sunday over here to Tokyo. But it was raining like I don't know what, and I didn't get to see Mount Fuji, so which is kind of disappointed. But hey, Mount Fuji ain't going nowhere. At least I don't think it is. So, so other than that, I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know I'm doing okay, having a good time. I wish everybody that could be here is here. I wish you guys were here, but things happen, and I understand that, and we'll get it next time. Don't worry.
Bro, do me a favor if you can. Can you find me the Asian doppelganger of brother cousins? His name is Jabuzi Kaohsiung. Can you find him, bro? His name is Jabuzi Kaohsiung. That's the Asian version of brother cousin.
Fuck that. I need you to get on a boat, a plane, and go get my nigga Ricky Tan. I'm trying to figure out how he got one of them rooms.
Ricky Tan.
I think Ricky Tan is in Hong Kong. I don't think he's
That's
here.
what I'm saying. I need you on a boat or a plane.
Okay, I'm sorry. I actually touched the button to call a waitress and she came over.
She probably thought she was flirting with it, bro.
I know, man. Listen, man, this place is like, if you are a foodie, man, this is the place to be, man. Like I said, I've eaten my little, couple of Japanese set meals, like the miso soup and the tea and all that stuff. Yeah. And then what it is like, you're trying to find some place to eat.
Man, I thought you said booty man. I was
me too.
No,
I was like, they ain't no in Japan.
I did say
they over there with the BB.
It is still Cheeks Day over here in America. It is still Cheeks Day.
Oh, it's no Cheeks Day in Japan.
I was like, wait a minute. Uncle Keith went over to Japan and got turned down talking about booty, bro.
No, that ain't happening. I know where the spots are, and I can't do that. Can't be going up in there.
Hey, yo, the shit that had me dying, bro, is when who was it? Spice put up a picture with you with long hair. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, man.
Hell did that. Was that Renz that did that, or was that him?
I don't know. Whoever did it,
who did it.
Really had long hair. I was like, what the fuck? Did you get over there and become a samurai?
Yeah, I know. I said, what the hell? Man, I was at the Samurai Museum yesterday, man. That place was something else, man. I tell you what, it was a great tour, man. That dude put out a lot of information in a short period of time. And that armor, man, the most expensive piece of armor was if you see the pictures, the green one, it was $500,000. Yeah.
Damn.
500,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, like I said, I was just checking in, man, and tell you guys, like I said, I'm having a good old time, and I'll be back next week, and I'll be on the show. And like I said, we'll see what happens if I get something or not. I'm gonna try to get both of them, but if I can't, we'll see what happens.
Hey, bro, just tell me about the successes, bro. Tell me about the successes, though. All right.
The what now?
The success. If it's
yeah. I will. I will. I'll let y'all know.
And remember, his name is Jabuji Kaujon. Find him. Jabuji Kaujon.
All right, everybody. Hey. I'll see y'all later. Everybody out in the chat, man. I'll see y'all later. Later. Have a good day, y'all. Later.
No doubt.
All right, bye.
See you later, bro. But now, bro, he gonna go look for it too. But no, listen.
He said if you a booty man.
Yeah, bro. That's what I thought he said. I was like, yo, did you say booty? But he was like foodie. I was like, did he say booty?
Like the BB. Yeah. You know they got the BBLs in Japan now, man.
Bro, you see when he said it, X was like,
yeah. Hey, I've been to Japan. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, oh, okay, we're going there.
Right.
Definitely. It is Cheeks Day after all.
It is Cheese Day.
Not in Japan, bro. Not in Japan.
Jay, you might be right though, bro, because I'm looking. This is the original prototype photo. Yep. And it does look like it has more weathering on it.
Yeah.
You can tell. It definitely is more weathering than what we see from this one. And I don't know if it's the lighting, but you're right.
You're right. You got the photos with the gray background?
Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
I mean, with the new photo. That's the new one or the old one?
No, these are the old ones. This is the old one.
Yeah, is the cape actually weathered as well on the new one, or is it? Yeah, because you look at the cape on the old one and it's dirty.
Yeah. Let me see let me look at this real quick.
Yeah, they toned down the weathering a bit.
Yeah, they definitely toned it down because you can see you're right, X. Like it's really like rusted, dirty on that cape, and this one. Even though it does have that, it's not as they did tone it down. And that could have been well, it's still a little dirty, but it's not as dirty.
No, it's not. It's definitely toned down.
And the armor is more weathered in the show. So the first pictures you showed from the original look more like it did on the show.
Yeah. I'm just letting y'all know this right now that Renz is officially a moderator for the show. He's going to be officially a moderator because, bro, he comes through with shit like clockwork. I'm looking for it. Here you go. I see some chicken.
That's your off-camera producer, bro.
Yeah, he comes through like straight up. But no, Jay, you're right. It's soft. It definitely is soft.
It still look good, though. It look good. It look realistic.
Yeah, it looks good, though.
It's a great looking figure.
Yeah, I am definitely hype about this one, bro. I cannot wait to get it when it well, here's the thing. Real quick, let me take this down because we just need to mention it real quick. So there was a thing, the news is out that Japan right now has halted anything going through the post office from Japan.
China.
Japan or China?
Or China. I'm sorry, China. Hong Kong has basically halted anything shipping through the postal service, which kind of worries me from regular post because this could definitely have a ripple effect, bro.
Oh yeah,
not just through the postal service, but UPS, all these other motherfuckers might catch on as well too, bro. Like I don't know how this is going to be, but that makes me kind of nervous, bro.
Yeah,
dude, it's all nerve-wracking, man. It's only been 3 months, bro. This ain't even it.
Nah. Did someone check on 1/6 kit?
Bro, he over there in shambles, bro.
Is he?
It's not good for Kit. He praying.
Damn.
Not good.
That's terrible. Did he put out a statement?
You see, it's supposed since like this shit been going. It's not. He's doing his best.
Damn.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? Well, not funny. Well, it's funny for these guys.
Yeah.
The scammers. Where do all the fraudulent fake Gucci bags, the fake Jordans, even the real Jordans, where do you think those are made?
Yeah.
Right.
The same place the real ones are made.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same place the real ones are made. China.
Yo, and I did verify. I think China is like, well, they never followed the rules anyway, but dog, it's gonna be wild right now, man.
And I heard California, the governor of California is suing the government because of the tariffs. I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
We have big court.
You don't want to mess with the governor. I mean, you don't want to mess with California. Support. California has a GDP that's bigger than most countries.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize California pays for everything. So all programs and stuff that are school lunches, a lot of that money is coming from for places like Kentucky.
Just never understood.
California supporting
man. Just like Star Wars coming into this community, that's another like hot button zone that I didn't feel like I didn't think I needed to like defend. Is like being from California. It's like I see people shitting on California daily within this community, or hear it rather. And I'm I'm looking at it like I'm gonna be going out shitting on your little unforgettable ass state tomorrow. Why you?
We might get an announcement tomorrow, man.
Oh no!
She said tomorrow. What it said tomorrow will be a day long. It sounds like it's X. Say it, bro. Say it, bro. You gotta say it, bro. Hold on. Let me pull it up. You gotta say it, bro.
Let's see. Tomorrow will be a day long remembered.
Look at that, bro. Come on, man. Yeah.
I'm so excited for the future of Ahsoka. I'm so excited.
Oh, bro. Oh, bro. So is Jabuji Kaujan over there. He's going to Star Wars Celebration.
I want that figure. It sounds like it would just make a kick-ass Jabuji
Kaujan. He's gonna be he's bigger than kimono, bro.
That's the kind of exclusive I want.
Curls and everything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like Asian BC, but still got
curls,
hair.
Bro.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Just a lighter version with curls, bro.
Manageable Puerto Rican hair, but you 100% nigga. I don't.
That'll be an exclusive for your ass.
Yo, exclusive for that ass, bro. He got it, bro. He got a decked out Asian DeLorean, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. But anyway, man, listen. We like 2.5 hours in, man. Thank you guys for being. I know y'all got shit to do, but we gonna get out of here. Ooh, we got. Hold up. What did he say? He said Jabuji Kaujan versus.
Gotta be like
Jabuji Kaujan. Yo, he even spelled it right. he even spelled it right.
My man Brandon was sitting there like, okay, let me make sure I get this right. let me roll back the tape. Let me hear Leo say it like 2 more times.
Oh, yeah, Jabuji, bro.
Double O. Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah,
my man.
I can't believe he spelled it that damn good. Jeez.
That damn good.
He won all the damn.
Kaujan means cousin. Bro, damn, he spelled that. Damn, he said I got it right. Jabuji Kaujan, bro.
He typed that shit in and sent it to the wind. He was like, "Fuck." Over there somewhere.
If it ain't spelled right, it is now, bro.
Yeah,
seriously.
Definitely, man. Thank you. Kung Fu cousins.
Renz, you know what to do.
Yeah, Renz. Hey, Renz.
Philly?
If you were on it, bro, you already know Kaujan. That's what I'm talking
working
about.
on it. It's already worked up. It's already worked up.
I know. Riz, I didn't talk about this yet because I want to wait until the photos are officially released, and that it's officially out there. Right now, we see is what, a video right now?
Right now, it's like a reel Hano, and then a reel from our man Figure Hideout.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just waiting until it's officially out. I don't want to go off of just the video itself. I want to see it for what it is. So far, it looks good as fuck. I can't wait.
It looks dope.
It looks amazing, but I just want to kind of wait. Once they do it, Philip the Fool was like, Magneto is paid off. You already know. Anyway, man, thank you guys for being here. Everybody out in the chat, thank you for your participation, being here with us 2.5 hours, man. Prop, what you got going on, dog?
Dude, absolutely nothing. I'd be making up something if I tell you something. Prop Wizard this week.
Prop, we're gonna work on that project. You know that project.
Oh, it's on the list, baby.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. The duck is.
The duck is on the list.
The duck is on the list.
Perfect.
The Batwing is something. That's a whole nother.
Oh no, we can duck it up. Let's do the duck.
Right.
By the end of the week, we're going to see a painted. I'm telling you, by the end of the week, Jay, till Friday, you're going to see a Shibushi Calzone painting by Renz Valentino. I guarantee you, because if he did that, and mind you, I have the Oberticus and Amber Heard.
He created like a multiverse of joke from just our jokes.
Yeah. What? He gonna give you a samurai sword, bro.
Mm-hmm. Prop, you laughing a little too hard. You about to end up on one of these motherfuckers.
Yo,
press X, you too. Yeah, you gonna get y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna get you in the family now.
Gonna get with you.
It's blood in, blood out. Fuck you mean?
Blood in, blood out.
But anyway, man, I'm sorry. Prop, what you say, man?
Just living life, baby. Glad to be here.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't got nothing. I got nothing tonight, man. Just glad to be here.
Bro, thank you for being here as always. Jay, man, what's going on tomorrow night, man? What you got going down?
Man, we ain't doing shit tomorrow night.
Sinners, bro.
Sinners. Yeah. Take your mama cousins to see Sinners. So
hell yeah.
Yep, we will not be doing Best of the Best tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll pick up something on a Friday. We'll probably do a Friday morning show or something like that if something comes up. But
okay.
Yeah, no Best of the Best tomorrow. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, man, definitely, bro. I know. Yeah, Sinners tomorrow. Are y'all going to see it in what format? You going to see it in?
Dude, after watching my man's little
breakdown,
with the breakdown,
that was a great video. The Kodak video we did, where it's just like,
I want to go to one of those 10 theaters. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, bro.
But because I'm trying to find a damn good IMAX theater. That's the thing. I need a good one. So
yeah.
I already know I'm gonna see it like 3 times this weekend. So.
I think
bro.
I'm definitely gotta do Superman and Fantastic Four in IMAX. I got to.
That's a must. That's a must. That's definitely. I'm doing all 3. I'm doing in IMAX. All 3. I'm doing. Well, I'm definitely go see this in IMAX, but I'm going to actually see the Thunderbolts in IMAX.
Oh yeah.
Jurassic in IMAX. Damn balloons. I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four and all them. And I definitely got to see it. But I can't wait to see Sinners, bro. Bro, it is holding a 99% rating right now. We're from 100 to 99%.
199.
I'm hearing this is Michael B. Jordan's like best performance.
Bro, they're saying that it's his best performance, and they also said that this could be nominated for Best Picture.
Damn, man. Yo, I'm like, Negro better than Wallace?
Yo, and all his movies, all his movies have been over 80%, right? Every single one of them.
Yeah, bro. I cannot wait to go see this tomorrow. And they said, and everybody is saying the same thing.
You about to be the highest paid man in Hollywood,
bro, right? Bro, they're saying the same. And here's the thing: one content creator said what I was thinking, and he was the only one that said it, and nobody else has said it. But I want to see if this is going to catch on.
Blade?
He said he saw it.
Oh, I didn't mean to guess it. Yeah.
No, he said he saw it and was like, "How is he not directing Blade?"
Yeah.
The cinematography and everything was perfect for Blade. How was he not doing it? And I was like, wow, that's,
you know what, Leo, he set the tone for the Black Panther universe.
Yes.
For other like-minded creators like him to step into that space.
Yep.
To possibly lend himself towards over there. We'll just have to see, because right now this movie's running, and then I think he's already probably gunning for Black Panther 3 at that point.
Is. Yeah, he's stepping into that space.
Yeah,
he's stepping into that space. And how much you want to bet that Delroy Lindo is going to be in Black Panther 3? Black Panther 3, I bet you.
I think it's going to be a cultural crescendo.
Yeah,
you know, and we talked about this. I think that's going to be the second film was more like it was a funeral. Like we have to say that. You know, as much as people have gripes about that film, and I definitely have some gripes about it. But like, I don't know if anybody, with a heart, watched that first 5 seconds of no page flips, no sounds. It's all. First of all, in the backdrop, it's his lines on the paper.
Yeah.
And then you see the Marvel logo, and it's our friend, our hero, our brother, and all of this thing. I was like floored. I was like, that was the first time I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this movie if it's going to be like, that's how you're going to start. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It was that powerful to me, you know. And I get that, but you know, I felt like we needed that because of the person that Chadwick was. I'll take the chip of that not being a good movie just so I have processed those emotions correctly. That's just me as a Black man looking at a Black hero, not just an actor, a Black hero. Having, you know, sacrificed so much for art, for people that he will never even fucking know, lives that he's changed and etched, and he'll never know our names.
Exactly.
Some of y'all motherfuckers, y'all be gonna meet him at the con.
Yeah, I was about to say, he know my name,
but me, no, he ain't gonna know me.
Listen,
bro, I can't wait to see fucking Sinners tomorrow, man. I want pure success. They were even talking about the young man who was the singer. That was his first film, and everybody said that he steals the show. They said because he's the heart of the show, that he steals the show, and that was his first official film. That was the very first time he's ever acted on camera.
That's crazy.
So I cannot wait till tomorrow.
I need Haley Steinfeld to drop the N-word. It's 19, whatever the fuck. Go ahead, let it fly.
Y'all see that post I put up where they were showing like how Michael B was around?
Yeah.
And then you show her fiance holding her hand, and then you see Shamik like
he was holding her hand tight as shit. What?
Yo, for real,
shit, bro.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you gonna have to come over here with me. But anyway, yeah, man, bro. Thank you for being here. X-Men, we know what's going on. We're late tomorrow night where we got Uncivilized, carrying over the Star Wars discussion into that space as well. So
nice.
Yes, we definitely have Uncivilized Scoundrels tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to more Star Wars conversation. Friday, of course, I've got Sinners in IMAX, and also excited to see Sinners. Because the music's being done by Ludwig Göransson, who also did the music for a little show called The Mandalorian, and I happen to have the entire soundtrack to season 1 of Mando on vinyl.
Damn, bro.
Here.
That shit massive as fuck.
So but so I'm excited to get the soundtrack to it, but I've only heard good things about it, and I can't wait to check that out. So
I'm waiting for X one day to be like, Lael. So right here, I have the entire discography and audio of when your mom and dad conceived you. Right here. He got everything, bro.
On vinyl, no less. I have that on
vinyl.
Oh, I have that on vinyl. It was a record store day exclusive. It was limited edition.
Limited edition, bro. You already know. Anyway, man,
on
definitely
splatter vinyl.
Damn, sticky.
He was signed.
Come on.
Sorry, Leo's mom.
Too far, man. Too far.
Anyway, bro, thank you. Well, Negro Calrissian, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, right
Negro.
now, first and foremost, always a pleasure to be here with my brothers on the panel. Always a pleasure to be here and living life, and it's a blessing to just have air in my lungs to be here and entertain people, make them laugh or make them scratch their head, whatever. That is the insanity. That is the experience of late bloomer. I am flying on cloud 9 because a couple days ago I received a magical email that said my namesake figure is on its way to me from Sideshow.
For real.
So I will be getting whole Burnicus round soon. I'm feeling the positive pressure to really go crazy with my photos and editing this time. I have to do it.
Go do it, nigga.
I want to bring it as much as I can bring it, you know. So I'm really excited about that figure.
Yeah. Good, bro.
So
you should be. You waited this long.
I waited this long, and with all of this stuff, with the tariffs and all of this shit going on, and then also it getting delayed. It definitely was a little bit of a bummer collecting wise, because nothing had been coming into my collection. I ain't been buying stuff just off rip, you know. So really excited about him and what he'll bring to my collection. So very, very, very blessed. I do want to leave the people with, you know, we talked about my post, you know, on Facebook earlier.
Mic drop.
And I feel like, you know, I do want to make a point to, if there's something on your heart, speak it. Speak it. Don't let it sit in there. I'm like a person where it's like, I gotta say it. It's gonna come out. Y'all done watched many episodes at this point of me being here. If it's in my brain, I gotta let it go, because it goes from my brain to my heart, and it weighs on my heart, and I cannot have that in this time frame that we're living in, man. There's already enough stuff that's on my heart and mind. When it comes to the human condition, just in general, right now. So again, really excited about this summer that's coming up, and of course, if I'm gonna rattle off 3 Star Wars figures that I would love to see: 1, young Anakin; 2, Padawan Obi-Wan; and number 3 is, of course, I would love to see my man Starkiller with actual portrait sculpt. So those are my top 3. I hope Howard says, fuck the tariffs, I'm gonna drop a pod racer. Fuck that Jedi Starfighter. I want the fucking more iconic ship. I want the fucking pod racer from fucking Phantom Menace. Give me my shit.
If they did that shit, if they did a young Anakin with the pod racer, bro,
anatomically, it geographically, just no way it could fucking fit in your collection. But I need you to make that shit happen, bro. It's more iconic than that shit on the 3rd film. Think about Anakin Skywalker in those prequels. We see the little nigga in his fucking hold on.
Bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I mean, you could display it with just the pod, or if you had the space, you could also have the engines as well. So you could do it. Yeah, it is totally possible.
You muted still, bro.
Oh no, and give me the slave nigga so I can whoop his ass.
Hitster?
No, you talking about
flying blue nigga.
Whaaat.
Whaaat. Greasy ass fucking neck. Yeah, him.
Yeah. Well, they could do it. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if they listen, well, shout out to Jazz Inc. for creating Ray Speeder. But if they can do that, like, if he, you know, like, he won't do it, but, you know, as much as I would love to see some shit like that, Hot Toys, I just don't know, bro. I don't know. But anyway, man, thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for being everybody out in the chat. It was such an incredible show. We didn't even get to we didn't get to make our predictions, but we'll do that again. We got time to do that before May the 4th.
So much time.
Yeah, we got time to do that. We'll basically probably do that on next week's discussion.
And we're getting hit with a wave of news, Star Wars wise. Like, it's about to get busy pretty soon.
It's going to get really, really busy, man. So definitely next time, the next show you see me on next week, I will be with my youngin. She will actually be with me on the show with me. So I cannot wait. Nice. You'll get a chance to meet her live from Australia. I know what she's looking for right now is turtles. As soon as she gets off that plane, yo, Dad, let's go to the comic book store. Trying to find me some turtle stuff. Let's go. So I cannot wait. What is Ren sending me? Is there something?
There 4 Ninja Turtles? Yes, I know there are 4 Ninja Turtles.
Yo, hold on. I told you. I tried to tell you. I knew he was going to do this. BC. So just to give you a warm up, we got to keep you going on. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a sec. Let me close this up real quick. Hold on. Where's he at? Hold on. Is this it? Shibuji Calzone, bro.
Yo,
no.
Sunglasses just
bro.
That's convincing, yo.
It's Shibuji Calzone, bro.
That's convincing.
That's my new profile.
That nigga with a samurai card, bro.
That shit, dude, for real. That shit look amazing.
Shibuji Calzone,
Ghost of Mishima.
I need that.
Yo,
I need that.
Calzone, bro. Like, hey, friends, send it to PC. Send it to him.
That's the new exclusive.
Hold on, he said hit that left. Hold on, he said Leo hit that left. Okay, hold on, I got you. Is something else here? What's up?
Good night, everybody. I love how he got that shit blended into my forehead. Look at that. I got cousins hair, y'all. Look at this. Shit's smooth as fuck. Baby ass hairs. Just look at that shit. Just manageable as fuck.
Damn, bro.
You don't even need an afro pick. You can just pick that shit out with your fingers, nigga.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Damn, bro. Rins, bro. Quick on the draw, bro. Straight up.
On the draw, man.
Quick on the motherfucking draw, man. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Such an amazing show. Again, Uncivilized. I'm not Uncivilized. We got Uncivilized Scoundrels tomorrow night. So we're gonna definitely have a discussion tomorrow night. It's gonna be a fun one. Yeah, man. Like everybody, Sinners tomorrow. You already know what it is, man. This weekend I will be away. I might still be doing Collectors Lounge on Sunday. It just depends. I just have to see how that's gonna work out. But other than that, man, thank you guys, everybody, for being here. It's been such an enjoyable show and been excited. But again, like Burdick has said, if it's on your mind, it's on your heart, speak it. Yeah, you know what I mean, this is what we do. This is what content creators, we're supposed to do this each and every time we're actually live. So thank you guys for being here with us. And yeah, we're out. It's time to go. Can't say nothing else other than that. Peace out. Love